Why, hello, and welcome to Session 2 of The Glittering Night in Vampire 5th Edition. My name is Stu. I am your storyteller.
Yeah.
And to my left.
Hi guys, I'm Joey, and I am playing Colin Shaw, a Toreador violinist who is ridiculous and extra, and that's absolutely fine.
Oh god, what happened?
Chaos ensued.
Hi, I'm Pooja. I'm playing Lakshmi Shaw, a Tremere of, great power and anger.
As is tradition.
Yes.
And I'm Sam. I play Anna Sophia, who is a Malkavian nun of Satan.
My name is Jim, and I hate going after you because it's hard to follow you up. But my name is Jim, and I'll be playing your Hollywood Nosferatu.
Hooray!
All around heavy rich dude.
Excellent. Does anyone remember what happened last time? Oh, Stork may join us later.
I don't remember, but I did write it down.
Okay.
Yay!
Let's consult the tome. We did some connections. Then we awoke in our havens on a Sunday afternoon to the sound of fire engines out in the distance. Beyond Griffith Park, there is an orange haze. Not many people are about. Some are looking at their phones. To the northeast and northwest, there's also an orange glow. Felix's ghoul handed him a newspaper with info about the firestorm in Southland. Floyd walked into a local bar to watch the news. 3 structure fires are not attributed yet to terrorism, and it should be contained by 10 a.m. tomorrow, according to authorities. The coterie heads to the church to find Anna Sophia looking dramatically out of the stained glass. Floyd suggests the Inquisition may be responsible. Lakshmi and Felix contacted their primogens for intel, while Anna Sophia had a vision, seeing herself in a subterranean chamber, the prince's throne room. Everyone was assembled, and Miroslav was saying something. People were cheering and screaming. She gets another vision through some kindred's eyes, in the dark, hearing an explosion and seeing flames roiling through a door. She shares her visions with the coterie, and Lakshmi suggests securing our borders before anything else. Seems wise. She checks over the camera feed for the domain, spotting the sheriff's hound, Anna, on a motorcycle headed towards us. Felix gets a text from a contact, Corey Fitzsimmons, a dispatcher that says, "It looks like terrorism." Anna shows up for messenger duty. Miroslav has called a meeting tomorrow. And also, everyone change your phones. Universal City coterie is now missing. The Bungalow Haven area of Pasadena was also hit. She's going to stop by later with more info in a few hours. Lakshmi suggests checking out the WeHo area to see what we can find. So Felix drives us in one of his cars, an Escalade. We arrive. The fires are all around, but everyone manages to keep it together. Lakshmi notices a few gutted buildings that appear to be the epicenter. She uses senses unseen and finds almost 0 supernatural causes. Felix checks the sewers for rats to interrogate. They haven't seen anyone in a long time. Some quote-unquote big rats were above, and some dead rats. So it seems humans may have set the blaze. Felix navigates like a boss to avoid the fire on the way back. When we arrived at the church, Anna was waiting for us. The Pasadena coterie was completely obliterated, all 4 havens. Anna Sophia shared the location of the WeHo haven that was destroyed. She shows us some shell casings that appear incendiary, according to Floyd, and hand-loaded. Someone knew where these coteries slept. The Pasadena coterie was a bit on the outs in the princedom. Felix uses his contact at the police to look into the guns and ammo history, while Lakshmi searched cameras in the destroyed haven areas to search for culprits. The camera footage was missing. I don't know what that word means. Never mind. Lakshmi checked social media for videos and photos during this time, and found one that showed 4 military dressed in all black people with guns shooting into a bungalow that explodes in fire. The video got deleted just after she downloaded it. Anna Sophia sends the airdropped video to her herd of loyal Satanists to keep watch on the few blocks around the church. Lakshmi stays at the church to monitor surveillance feeds. Felix got a text from his ghoul about large ammo purchases made today with federal firearms licenses. Big enough purchases to arouse suspicion. He havens in a rented 48-hour editing bin. And Floyd spends the daytime, crawled into a manhole in Griffith Park. On Monday the 6th, the coterie is supposed to be at the Prince's Gathering around 7:30 p.m. Anna Sophia's congregation patrolled all day and didn't see anyone matching the video. Everyone feeds, then heads downtown to the meeting. It's in the old subway system, in a huge open chamber with an eerie red glow. People are talking. No one has been able to contact the Primogen Council or Miroslav. Anna Sophia finds the exact spot where her vision perspective occurred and stands and waits. Seneschal Paul Morphy comes out of the side door onto the dais, bangs his staff on the floor, and the council comes out. Miroslav appears at his throne dramatically. He tells everyone 9 Kindred havens were firebombed, 15 killed, 1 survivor. Vance Cantrell, a Nosferatu, is the survivor. He tells us the Second Inquisition has come. We will war with the Kine of this Inquisition. Find them, follow them, and eat them generally. The Staples Center is apparently filled with a buffet and has a Gould security for everyone's nomming pleasure. Lakshmi greets her Primogen and tells her about the info that we found and tells her to enjoy the feast. Felix gives Paul Morphy our info dump and he compliments our industriousness. He's skipping the festivities too. Anna Sophia seeks out Silas the Great. He's had some interesting raccoon intestine-based visions. Floyd doesn't want to talk to his scary Primogen. The Nosferatu Seneschal doesn't think we've seen the worst of it yet. Felix explains about the gunshot purchases that he discovered. Floyd confirms that phosphorus ammo would destroy the barrels of the guns used.
All
I
right.
think we left it there.
Okay. So it is still Monday.
Still Monday.
I didn't write the date. Damn it.
January 6th.
January 6th. Okay. Excellent. Alrighty. So we left off. You guys were. Did you guys go back to your haven? Have we decided that?
I think we just decided that we were not going to eat people in the Staples Center.
Okay. All right.
I remember there was some discussion of all of us staying over at your haven for some reason.
Oh,
I
that
can't
was-
remember
I thought
why.
Yeah.
I think it was so that we could keep an eye on like all the feeds and everything right up until we had to go to sleep.
It's like-
You know, die the small death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Acceptable. I've got plenty of room and only minimal ghosts.
That's not like you.
They ain't over yet.
Yeah. We're only on session 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta catch them all.
So you guys head back to your church.
Yeah.
Okay. About maybe an hour after you get there. It's probably a few hours before dawn at this point. There's a knock at the church door.
Let's go see who it is.
It's Silas the Great.
Oh. Hello, Silas. Welcome. Would you like to come in?
I was just about to ask permission if I could. That would be nice. Thank you.
Yes, please come in.
I love this guy.
We'll
He
dust off a pew for him so he
Okay.
can sit down.
He sits down. He says, "It is good to see you this day, for I had not thought that would be the case.
Oh, any particular reason?
I had a premonition. It was not a raccoon, but a bear. She were large, her entrails, and I do not engage in hyperbole, were remarkable.
Bears do have large entrails.
But I believe she had been fed by humans, for she had a distended gut. Were I to wrap her intestines around my considerable self, I believe they would encircle me 20-fold, or more."
That is a lot. What was your bear intestine vision?
Well, I do not wish to be the bearer of bad news.
That was very good.
OMG, the puns.
One of your coterie, the least handsome among you,
I'm looking at Tori right now.
It's like, I have talents that say otherwise, but go ahead.
Everything's relative, sir.
She's like,
So I go, yeah.
Spoke with Paul Morphy, Grandmaster chess player and seneschal, concerning the fires. I saw the sheriff. He was most angst-ridden. He is but a little man, but is filled with hate, which should only be contained in a larger man, or a very large man.
Mm-hmm. What's the bad news?
He is a vicious cuss. Excuse my language. He shall send his hound to you with a warning. She shall ride on a motorcycle made in Milwaukee that gets terrible gas mileage for such a slight vehicle and makes a terrible noise.
It is quite loud.
I saw not how you received this warning, but I counsel you, within it lies great peril.
Mm-hmm.
We thank you for your warning.
I must now return to my mountain abode. I would invite you there. I have raccoon, and it turns out bear.
That is most kind of you. How would we find your mountain, should we wish to visit?
You would take the Angeles Crest Highway and stop at the second ranger station. Then you must climb the mountain, heading due west. You would see it. I keep a small fire burning in my fireplace. There are sometimes humans there, mostly hunters. They carry small caliber rifles, which can kill a raccoon, but would only prove to infuriate a bear.
That sounds accurate.
I often can't get to them before the bear finishes them off.
Can you defeat the bear, then?
Not once it is dead, no. I think I should take my leave. I will not come back to this part of the glittering night until this event is over, unless I feel the need to do so, which I may not, though it is possible I may.
Well, if you find that you do, you would be most welcome.
I thank you for your hospitality. And he gets up and walks out.
Love him so much.
Yeah, he is amazing.
He's the guy from True Grit.
Yeah.
The guy with the bear head.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's disturbing.
It is, but this vision, did come to pass yesterday, unless it's a sequel.
It would be less disturbing if it was inaccurate in his visions. But it seems that I, much to Brand, have made an enemy without even knowing it. I wonder why the sheriff would be so envious or angry.
Well, perhaps we discovered more information than he has.
Maybe perhaps we should have gone to him with it first, but still.
I mean, it is often true that incompetence resents skill.
He might have taken you sharing our information with Paul Morphy as an attempt to take his job.
Well, if my presence here is a liability, perhaps I should seek refuge elsewhere.
Well, I think if, given the danger of the Second Inquisition, our strength is in numbers. But if your intention is not to take his job, maybe making that clear would be helpful.
Well, he said that he was sending somebody here with a warning. That could be interpreted several ways.
I mean, Anna did come to us already with one, riding her apparently gas-guzzling motorcycle.
Weird detail.
That strikes you as weird out of that whole conversation.
I'm an editor. I think in narrative points.
Not quite usually how visions work, unfortunately.
But then
Movies have taught me differently.
I am inclined to await the receipt of this warning and then communicate that my intentions are simply for the greater good of the Glittering Night, and I have no interest in being a sheriff. I do not like spurs. I'm just confused by this, and I am feeling a bit sheepish that perhaps I am bringing danger to my hostess. My phone is ringing, and I pick it up. A moment, I have to get this. Hello?
First off, very briefly, you have influence, which means you don't have a specific contact, but you probably can call in.
Yeah.
And people and stuff happens. So, but anyway, the guy you talked to about all of the about firearms transfers,
Right.
he gets back to you, and he's telling you. He says, "Yeah, they've got. There've been a lot of guns have moved in the last couple days. Looks like a whole bunch from Euro Guns in Alhambra. It's on Valley at Marengo. And Bain and Holfman. That's also in Alhambra. That's on Valley. Farther east. It's on the north side of the street. And Burner's Outdoorsman in Pasadena. I think it's on Arroyo. Quite a few. All assault weapons. All 7.62 and 5.56.
Did they buy any specific type of ammunition for it, or did they just buy empty shell casings?
Well, we don't track
Don't track ammo?
we track ammo, but we don't track shell casings. But yes, they did. They probably did. I don't know why you would say that.
Well, they need bullets for the guns. What are they going to do? Just
Right.
beat somebody with it? Just buy a broom.
Yeah, I guess that would be the question. Like, did they buy a shit ton of ammo?
No, they did not buy ammo.
Which once again confirms that they're
Using special ammo.
that they're producing their own ammo. They're actually doing their own casings.
And these are all FFL transfers. So you got someone came in, took possession immediately of a large number of weapons.
They're just sitting around waiting to be sold to somebody in 3 locations near Pasadena. Yeah, the system's broken. Okay. Anything else that might be important? No idea as to where all this stuff is going. You just
No, I just did it. We did a database search, and this all happened within the last couple of days.
thanks so much. I really appreciate it. I owe you one.
Yep.
And I hang up and I relay the information to the group.
Okay.
So it would seem that this is only phase 1. They're arming themselves for even more.
I mean, that is to be expected. I'm not just going to stop at a few.
Not at all.
Totally wiped out.
I might be able to hack into the gun shop records if they are connected to the internet and see if I can pull up any names or footage so that we can put faces to those who are coming for us.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice to take the fight to them rather than wait.
Agreed. Especially since we don't know where they're going to strike and where they're getting their information. And I think that is the linchpin of the whole thing.
Agreed. Someone is feeding them because there is No way they should have known how to strike with such surgical precision to hit that many havens.
I can see them burning down a block, but they went for the specific buildings.
It was very targeted. This concerns.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm assuming you're there too.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm like, Joey's being awfully quiet.
Like, am I here?
Maybe he isn't caught up from the last time.
Oh no, I am. I'm just
Okay.
like, I wasn't sure I was here. Okay, I'm here.
Or maybe
Ta-da.
you just arrived from
Sure.
wherever you were.
Yeah, absolutely. Colin will have entered wearing, for visual people, looking exactly like a Calvin Klein model, wearing a tailored Armani suit, and Jacob's glasses at night because, of course, he does.
Well, your future is very bright.
Yeah, there you go. strolling into the church. All right, what the fuck's going on?
Second Inquisition?
Oh, good.
War is at our doorstep.
I thought they were working for us.
Not anymore. Now we have to kill them.
Oh, that's fun.
Well, Rabbit Dog is very fun to turn on your enemies. It's less fun when you have to keep them afterwards.
Eventually you run out of enemies and the dog is still hungry.
Which leads me to a line of thought that I thought was interesting. If all of these Second Inquisition activities are happening, out of the books of these agencies that are apparently responsible for them, maybe they are vulnerable to internal turmoil. What if people that hold purse strings begin to ask why these operations are taking place and who's in charge of them and who's authorized them?
Bog them down in bureaucracy.
It's worked in the past, and a lot of times the easiest way to solve these problems is with bureaucracy and frankly tracking money and punishing them for the use of it,
So you want to make a new set of red tape and let them hang themselves with it?
or simply start feeding information to people that are of high levels of responsibility in these associations and going, maybe you should want to look at who's spending all this money on this, and maybe send them some proof as to who is responsible for firebombing a major city in the United States.
I had a thought. They were working for us. They, or more or less. If it was someone in the current administration, we have the ongoing war with the Anarchs up north. Why wouldn't they have attacked them? They attacked us specifically. With the recent regime change, it makes most sense that it's someone who was pushed out of power in the recent regime change, who is now feeding them information. Perhaps a Ventru who's feeling vindictive?
Or an Anarch that seeks to use them in the same way that we use them.
Possible.
But it would have needed to be someone rather incredibly well connected or very high up in the previous food chain to have the kind of information that they had.
To know where all of the havens were.
To know where that many havens are, I couldn't tell you who outside of this coterie would know where I sleep. And even then.
Well, I would assume you're Primogen.
She does see quite a bit.
I'm trying to just put together what would any of our primogens have to gain by this kind of chaos.
Well, I think we can rule out Silas the Great.
That old coot? That silly old bear?
Mm-hmm. I should send him a few raccoons.
All right. Somebody really likes raccoons out there. I'm actually more worried about him than anything. He's very isolated out there.
Have you seen him? I'm pretty sure he can take care of himself.
Well, I'm pretty sure that the dozen or so Kindred that we lost previous evening were quite capable of taking care of themselves, too.
However, in order to survive and succeed, as Silas has, there is much more to him than meets the eye.
I would agree. How close are we to morning then?
Oh, maybe an hour.
I think we should just set our minds on what we may be able to achieve within the next hour before we have to rest. And I am thinking very, very hard about finding another place to stay, because I would not want to endanger the rest of the coterie by my presence if I'm being targeted in some way.
Or are you being targeted? What'd you do? Who'd you piss off this time?
Once again, much to brand, I inadvertently pissed somebody off by spreading information that I probably shouldn't have. Or actually, no, I feel completely justified in spreading the information that I did. But
You were also not the only one to provide your primogen with information. I did the same.
But apparently the sheriff resents me for what I have done and wishes to send some form of message. At least that's the premonition that Silas had, and he's been accurate so far. But
Sure you want to be sheriff?
I'm very, very sure I don't want to be sheriff. That's a lot of responsibility, and I have a job.
Probably be pretty good at it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Agreed.
It is not uncommon for those of my kind to take on those kinds of responsibilities. We are very good at watching things, and some of us are extremely good at intervening when needed. But it's not something that I wish. I am not very adept at our politics, and wish to keep myself somewhat removed.
It's your loss.
Especially if I have to. During time of war, it seems counterproductive to challenge another position of power.
Well, not if they're doing a poor job.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
True.
If they're creating a power vacuum, it's only your duty to fill it.
well, we will cross this bridge when we come to it. But nonetheless, he needs to be dealt with, whether he needs to be reassured that I am not gunning for his position, or whether he needs to be told that this is not the correct time for silly internal squabbling while we have members of the Glittering Night dying in front of our eyes and half the city burning down because of it.
I suppose. But if you ever change your mind, you've got my vote. Not that my vote really matters much yet.
I sincerely disagree with you. I think your vote matters quite a bit, at least to me. But I am flattered by the offer. But right now, that's not really the direction I wish to go. I'm far too concerned with preserving our lives and the lives of our kin.
So what's the plan? We're just doing a sleepover here? Or are we going back home?
I would like to, if it is not too much of an imposition, I will work directly up until the sunrise and retire here.
You're most certainly welcome to. See no reason to split up and make ourselves more vulnerable.
I mean, I guess. I haven't been home in the last couple of days, but what's one more night?
There's plenty of space. I'm sure we can find a suitably dramatic accommodation.
I'm going to
I'll
call
just
the
take my place
parents.
in the choir loft as usual.
Sorry.
I'm going to call the parents.
The-
The parents. I want them to hang around here. I gold the parents.
Oh, I
passing the
heard, and I
parents, yeah.
loved it. Are you kidding?
Okay.
I want them to kick up a ruckus if some shit goes down.
Okay. So you want them to kind of roost around
Yeah,
the
just
trees
roost
around
the
there.
trees around
Okay.
here, yeah.
All right.
So you are staying.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
I feel
So-
much safer around you guys.
So sleepy time? Sleepy time.
I would like, can I set up a program before we go to bed to like just go through to try to like get into the system of at least one of these gun shops to see if I can pull camera feed and any like ID numbers on their federal licenses, if they provided any other form of identification to get names, so I can put faces to these people.
Okay, so let's say that what is that? The skill name technology.
I believe that is.
There
You are
is
right.
a technology.
See?
Okay, I would say.
Is there a computers? No, there is no
No,
computers.
it is technology.
It's all technology now. And I would say add your in. Is
Okay.
it wits? Is it called wits?
There is intelligence and wits.
Yeah, if she's coding on the fly, I think it would be wits. If she's just processing a procedure that she already knows, it'd probably be intelligence.
Okay, let's go with wits.
Okay, there it is.
And but I'm gonna make.
Five,
I'm not gonna make that an easy roll. Hold on a second. Where are the rules? Okay. Challenging 4 successes.
Ooh.
Snaps.
And you got your hunger die?
Yes.
Okay.
May I have some Dino?
Oh, please.
Thank you.
One, 2, 3, 4, and that is a 1 on the hunger die.
But is it a
But it is not a failure.
or
I mean, I got 4 successes.
did you how many 10s?
None.
Okay, so then it's irrelevant.
Okay.
Yeah, you just don't want to roll a 10 on your hunger die like I did.
Or a 1 on a failure of the roll.
A 1
Also, I can't believe I just succeeded.
A 1 on a failure where you get no successes is horrible.
Okay.
And a critical success where you get a 10 on the hunger die is also horrible.
Okay, great. Well,
But good horrible.
I've got
So you got 4.
You're golden.
solely middling.
Okay, excellent. So you set it up, and basically you're going to hit it, brute force it with passwords all day, basically. So probably by next night, it will have figured out a way in.
Sweet. I think Anna Sophia is just gonna pray for guidance in front of the Baphomet statue and then retire for the daytime.
Okay. Apropos. I don't know if any of you have looked at LosAngelesIntelligencer.com recently. But rather than printing up the newspaper, I've got a web page and I've got a URL.
I like it.
So. I'm not gonna, you can look it up. You got phones. Anyway, so bedtime?
Do I?
Yeah.
Los Angeles Intelligencer, you said?
LosAngelesIntelligencer.com. So we can go up, we can fast forward to the next night if you would like, which would be the 7th, correct?
Yep.
What's that? Spelling is hard.
INTELLIGENCE.
No, and autocorrect. Stop it. There we go.
I don't even know what this looks like mobile. Does it look okay?
Oh yeah.
It's got a nice little like rolling banner at the top.
Yeah.
It's fancy. Take your pets with you.
Yes, take your pets with you. Keep your
is that a
Satanists
stork?
indoors.
It is.
It is a
All right.
stork.
Hey!
Success.
I will soon unmute his mic.
Soon.
Okay. It looks very good.
Yeah.
And I wish that like actual modern news sites were that like clearly set up because Lord knows like I cannot
Well, I
go
mean, it's
on
not
to
real. I'm not being bombarded by ads.
Yeah,
so.
well, not just the ads, but
I don't have to
also
immediately
like
mute the page. Like, no, stop auto-playing videos at me.
oh, that's the worst. And then like they've clustered articles now instead of having like a list that I can look through. So like
Ridiculous.
my brain breaks.
All right, so that news story happened sometime on Monday.
Okay.
Monday evening.
Gas leak my ass.
Mm-hmm.
I want to donate $25,000 to local animal shelters.
Anonymous informant. We'll find out who that is.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
the most recent article you should see should be Firestorm Southland. Are the natural gas utilities to blame?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
All right. So the next night. Where did you sleep? Do you have your mic on yet? I'll wait till I'll wait till you're settled.
In the meantime, we can just bitch more about how terrible.
Where did I sleep? I don't know. Where did I sleep?
Are you muted?
No.
Up is down and down is up.
No, that one's opposite.
You were. Yeah, there you
So
go.
there you go.
Now you're on. Yeah. I hear him.
Talk again.
Talking?
There you go.
talking,
All right.
He's buzzing.
Okay.
He's good.
You had to push a button, man.
So everyone else stayed at her church.
Right. Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
You know the old zoo in Griffith Park? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sleeping there.
Okay. Where in there? Like in the...
The old lions' cages, the old lions' dens.
Okay. Are those still publicly accessible?
It doesn't matter. I'm a vampire. You can jump over stuff.
No, but
Like
if
during the day.
Yeah,
No.
I'm talking about during the day.
No, I don't think so.
They used to be, but that's been years since I've been to that part of the park. I don't remember.
If they're publicly accessible, let's not make me go there. You know what?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I don't.
Or we could just call it not publicly accessible.
Okay, let's do that. We'll
Yeah.
just say there's a big
There's a
fence
section
around.
of there that isn't publicly accessible. Perhaps there's a small service grill that I crawl into, a ventilation shaft,
Oh, there you go.
sewer, and
Right.
I'll sleep in there and shut it behind me. And
Okay.
I suspect they're not publicly accessible because people go in there and do nefarious things, and they can't control it. And
I thought you were going to say have sex.
Well,
I'm sure that's one of the
mean, in
in
nefarious.
someone eyes, this fella's nefarious.
It might be nefarious.
Right?
You believe
It is if you're doing it right.
Watch camera.
Yep.
You want help?
That's why I asked Joey.
Oh, why'd you ask me?
Because you
you
opened
look-
the other one.
Because you look competent, goddammit.
That's my charisma check. I can't open things with charisma. Yes.
Well, I mean,
Dude, I can't help your dumb stats, okay?
yes, you can. You can open up conversations. You can open up parties. You can open up bars.
Yeah, I can't open up the wine. I hire people to do that for me.
Right? With your great charisma.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Use your charisma to make
Use your
somebody
charisma,
else
yeah.
There you
You
go.
could open hotels. You could open
so what you're saying is
museums,
I win my
theaters.
charisma check.
Yes.
If anyone
You could open for the Rolling Stones. All right.
Am I on? Am I good?
You're
Yes.
good.
Yes.
We're good. Okay. All right. So it's the next night. Now the 7th, Tuesday.
Yes.
Everyone make their rouse roll. Roll one die, and you want to roll a 6 or higher.
7.
Oh, that's a 2.
Okay.
You get a hunger, man.
5.
8. What's that?
That's a nothing.
That's a 1. Or it's a nothing.
I think
It's a 10, I think.
No,
Then
that's,
no.
that's a 2 through
Blank is-
5, I believe.
Oh,
blank-
the blank.
What is
That's
blank?
2 through 5, I
Is that
think.
just failure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you both are now at hunger 2. So you must replace 2 hunger dice every time you make a roll.
Unless you feed. Or
Unless
until
you
you
feed.
feed.
Oh, that's going to happen.
All right.
Nom nom nom.
The give me 1 second.
Fascinating.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm
all right.
I'm doing too many things at once.
We're
What I
doing-
miss?
There we go. All right.
What I miss?
We're doing ASMR. We're all just writing. And
Okay. My daughter watches ASMR with it on mute.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
She likes watching people cut soap. I guess
I mean,
that's
that
one
sounds
of the...
very soothing, yeah.
I mean, I have a thing for candle making, so yeah, like it's kind of the same thing. Like
Yeah.
you pour the thing, it like solidifies
I
into
was
another
just.
thing.
I spent like I don't know a good 45 minutes the other day watching somebody turn something on a lathe on YouTube. It was like
In real
he's
time?
making a bowl. Well, it was like this resin bowl. It's like this knot that he had, and then he poured resin, and then he yeah. And No, it's they speeds it up and all that. I'm not watching the entire thing, but
Right.
you're going to sit and watch resin dry. But yeah, sometimes it's just soothing.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I watched a 1-hour video on decoupage.
Okay.
We really all need to get
So
lives.
as we've all just outed ourselves.
Yeah.
Too many lives. Sometimes you need nope.
Yeah.
So you all wake up. You wake up in your
Okay.
thing.
I'm going to go, if I remember correctly from last time, since I wasn't here for Sam's, I'm sure, amazing summary. I'm going to go swing by my herd, top off, and ask them if they found out any information that I asked about with the weapons. And because I wanted to see if they found any weapons that had been tossed in the canals and such. Because
Okay.
you told me that the weapons would get fried if they're shooting treasure bullets through them.
Right.
And if they'd heard any rumors about who or what may have been involved.
Okay.
When we left last time, I remember saying that was a thing.
They were able to recover an AR-10 that was tossed from a bridge into the flood control channel.
Perfect.
They haven't heard any. They didn't see the car. They only heard the splash of the thing. They didn't see what kind of vehicle or anything was carrying it. But there was one dumped, and they have it for you.
Beautiful. I know exactly who can get vibes off of this.
Let me touch it.
Okay, and as you're leaving Griffith Park, you're hearing some. It doesn't. It's not a howl. It's more like a shriek.
A female shriek or a male shriek?
Sounds like some kind of
An owl?
Not it. Maybe it could be an owl. It sounds.
Really high pitched?
It's making the hair. If you weren't dead, it would make the hairs on the back of your neck stand up.
Is bestial?
It is bestial.
I'm going to get out my phone and record it.
Okay.
Quiet for a little bit.
Okay.
Is it around me? Is it following me? Is it just in the
it's
distance?
coming farther up in the mountains into the park, deeper into the park.
Okay. Well, I'm not prepared to deal with it now. I've got an
Okay.
AR. This would have been, I guess, before I went and saw my herd.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, when I arrive at the church, I've got all kinds of info.
There you go.
Sweet.
Okay. So you feed. So you're back down to one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have a herd?
I don't have a herd, but I will definitely hunt.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just head back to my place real quick, change of clothes, and get a bite. I'll head back in a little bit,
Okay.
and I'll head back to my luxury apartment above the Americana.
Okay.
Oh my god, those condos are like.
Oh yeah.
Were you guys driving through Atwater looking for places and looking
Well,
at stuff?
I live very close to the Americana, so it's a
And-
dream to live in one of those.
And I
condos.
used to live down the street from there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is empowerment fantasy. Leave me alone, Stork.
The Americana is the one across from Warner Brothers? Is that
No, it's right across from the Galleria, Glenda Galleria.
Okay.
It's gorgeous.
Fancy one.
Yeah, and yeah, so I'll go change of clothes, and before I start changing, I'm gonna go ahead and basically order what I like to call takeout,
Okay.
or I guess Vampire DoorDash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna log on to a hookup website
Okay.
and get someone to come over
Okay.
and take care of that on that end.
Okay.
So I don't know if you need me to roll anything for that.
Yeah, we kind of hand wave it a little.
God, that's a genius idea. The next vampire I make is going to have a herd that they just rent out to other vampires, like DoorDash.
We'll just scroll through the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, especially now
That
with
looks
like
good tonight.
with each blood has a different potency, so you could like, oh yes, I'm feeling more of a
Oh yeah, the resonance.
Right.
send,
Yeah.
send over the bodybuilder.
right.
Although,
The
like,
depressed bodybuilder.
yeah, like then you have the issue that of bonding and who's gonna want to add them to their personal herd, and like vampires are jealous bitches.
And there's also always the chance that they fed their herd some of their blood, which might transfer to your clients, which would be diabolical way
Nefarious.
to,
Oh, yeah.
to suddenly bond a bunch of vampires to you.
And I can't imagine that anyone would ever do that.
Takes notes.
Okay, let's just make it like a brawl. Are you going to try to woo them? Or?
Oh yeah, like, I'm
okay,
gonna
all right.
move them in the app with the picture,
Right.
Because I've got stunning as far as looks go.
Okay,
I've got persuasion, seduction. I've got manipulation and charisma. I can, whatever you like me to roll, I can roll it.
is appearance the? I had a spare character sheet, so I didn't have to keep guessing what the stats are.
Well, he's got all
have
the skills
charisma.
to make sexy times out of like a rat and a feather duster, man.
Right.
I know, right?
Oh, there's charisma, manipulation, and composure under social. There is
Charisma,
okay.
and then this skill.
All right. Persuasion, seduction,
Sure.
and then I have 4 dots in looks, stunning.
So you add 2 die to your social.
Okay.
2
So
dice, sorry.
So that would be
Plurals.
my hunger die because I have 2 hunger right now. So I'm trying to fix. Oh, okay. Well, one of those hunger came up as a 1.
Okay. Do you have any successes?
Successes are what again? 6 and above.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I've got
Okay, then you're.
5 successes.
Okay, all right, no problem. So you can get someone to run over right away. And,
Sweet. That's a hunger
and just go ahead and eliminate one of your hunger.
done and done. All right, and I will change into an Hermes bomber jacket
Okay.
and
Here for the outfit descriptions.
oh yeah.
yes.
Oh no, I'm doing some googling. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I
Just
need the visual. Oh, yep. Mhm.
Nice.
yeah. So very much this.
Okay.
Bomber jacket, sweater type long sleeve shirt underneath, slacks, and really awesome black looking boots.
Okay. All right, so you probably return. Are you going back to that as well? You probably both return around the same time.
Sounds
we'll
good.
say.
I am gonna go and also save my hunger.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, did you
tap
fail?
I did.
Okay.
I tapped the lucky recipient of today's class. There was a cancellation, so
Okay. All right.
one of my herd can come and learn the secrets of enlightenment from me.
There you go.
Perfect.
Excellent. Okay.
And then I'll return to the
Okay.
church and like check in on things.
All right. So you all end up back around the same time,
Lovely.
serendipitously.
Perfect. I don't really need to eat because I'm only at hunger 1, but I feel like my congregation's going to get sad, so
They're lost without you.
Okay.
I'll just invite them over for a little blood sacrifice. And
Okay.
You guys probably catch some rather dazed-looking Satanists leaving the church as you're getting back.
Now I have a question. So with your religion and your religious aspects, do you find is that your connection to humanity in any way? Like is that just a guy's?
It's not a guy's at all. Like, she was 100% like full-on devoted Catholic, and then the only way she could justify basically becoming a monster was Saint Dymphna appeared to her and told her that it was her calling to join the legions of hell and bring about the apocalypse.
I love this. Okay, because I had an idea for my other connection. Because as a musician, music is what kind of grounds me in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a similar thing with your religious.
Yeah, like she's 100% convinced that she is serving as a part of God's plan by being a part of the infernal armies.
Okay.
And
Despicable.
Yeah. So
tempting people to sin basically is kind of her life's goal at this point.
I love it. Yeah. So I think that's my positive connection. Is I see the way you connect to your religion, and it's similar to the way that I connect to music as a way of grounding myself in who I am, and respect and admire your creativity.
Aww. She's also a fixture in the metal community,
Nice.
so that's how she connects to humanity.
I love it. I love it.
Love it. Oh, I had thought my positive connection as that I believe your sire. I also believe your sire needs to die.
I love that plan. To answer your question from episode 1, in my head, he was still in New York, and as far as I know, that is true. Whether or not that is actually true is up to you.
Okay. Got it.
I give that as a gift to you.
All right, excellent.
And you would put in your negative already, right?
Yeah, that's Stork.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to add your positive connection. for
Love it.
me.
Love it, love it, love it.
Cool.
So yeah, if I arrive towards the end of your ceremony, I might play as they're exiting, almost tongue-in-cheek on the violin, a violin rendition of Hallelujah.
Love it. Yeah, I think that they would probably love that too.
Yeah.
That's fun. Oh, Colin, welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Did you have a lovely breakfast?
It was fine. I mean, 7 out of 10. It arrived a little late. It was a little cold.
Well, there's always brunch.
There's always brunch.
Especially when you have a long work day.
Right? I can't imagine what this night holds for us. How was the ceremony?
It was good. I think they were pleased. I wasn't particularly hungry, but you know how
Keeping up appearances.
desperate the congregation gets. They just have to confess.
Hmm.
If I'm doing my job right, they have a lot of things to confess. So,
Anything fun?
oh, always.
I mean, I'm sure you can't say anything, but...
No, just between me and, you know.
Mm-hmm. Well, God's will.
Just out of
To telling
curiosity,
secrets in a
how
little
much,
box.
how much absolution are you actually able to offer?
You know, curious. I don't know. I'm not really seeking absolution, mostly it's permission. Which I'm happy to give.
It's always easier to ask forgiveness.
It's true, although, you know, I mean, if I'm doing my job right, they're not gonna.
Right. This is all fascinating, but I found some clues here that we should probably get going on.
It broke in
Oh, fantastic.
at Euro Guns in Alhambra on Valley, and you have security video.
Okay. And you said it was Euroguns?
Yeah.
Ah, it is Debbie Downer.
Colin.
I didn't hear you come in. I was distracted. Sorry.
So I'll review the security footage.
You brought some
Okay.
news?
There was an older man. Looks like a retiree. His pants are way up around his waist, and he's wearing a baseball cap and a plaid shirt, and he's got a cane. And he comes in and he writes out a check, and then you see these guys like boxing up. They pull the guns off the racks and start putting them in boxes, and then they head out the back door to load them in his whatever. Yeah, you probably see it. It's probably like a pickup truck in the back.
Okay, so
About 10 of them.
can I enhance the video to see the name on the check or the plate on the pickup?
You get the plate on the pickup.
Okay, great. So I'll take that down
Okay.
and give it to Felix. See if your contact can give us any information.
And this was last night? How long ago was this?
When she...
When
Yeah,
was the video?
yeah, when did the transaction take
like
place?
the Sunday.
Okay.
Oh.
And this was from one of the specific places that we already noted, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Huh.
the Euro Guns.
Looks like the fire chief was killed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was thinking about talking to him.
incinerated in his department vehicle in the Griffin Park area.
If that's not the definition of irony, I don't know what is.
True, but he must have known something.
Yeah,
if
I think he
were-
definitely did know something.
We should perhaps visit his place of work and or check in with his second in command.
That's not even subtle.
I mean, no, they're not being subtle.
They're not even trying. I mean, they killed a human.
Which is
Like
definitely a sin.
In his car.
It's really strange because as I was leaving Griffith Park this morning, I heard a very loud keening, and it sounded like this. Play the recording I had from the video.
Does it sound like a human?
Make a perception thingy. Both.
Perception thingy. How do I do that in this?
Isn't there perception? Perception? No, there isn't.
No, there's insight.
We went
There's
through this
intelligence,
yesterday.
wits.
We have awareness.
It
we
would
have
be
insight.
awareness. It would be awareness.
Awareness, okay.
This insight is for occult stuff, or
Oh.
mystical stuff.
Awareness and intelligence.
Okay.
So anybody that heard this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And one of those has to be hunger dice, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if anyone has animal ken, you can replace with animal ken.
Okie dokie, it's better.
Awareness and intelligence.
You need a lot.
Okay. I got, what am I looking for?
Maybe
6
4.
and above.
6 and above?
6 and above.
1, 2, 3,
2,
4,
3.
5 successes. Do 10s explode? Or no?
You
If
have to get
pair-
more than...
pairs of them give you.
Pairs.
Pairs EV4?
Yeah.
I think
right,
I think
okay.
that's. Is that right?
don't
Critical
have-
success, 2
Yeah.
10s equals plus 2 successes.
I don't have a pair, but I got 5 successes.
I got 2 10s and a 9.
And I got 3 successes.
So we got
With
pairs
no
of fives.
with no crazy hunger dice situation.
Okay. It does not sound like any animal you've ever heard. It might be coming out of a human. It's possible. Certainly doesn't sound like a werewolf or anything like that.
Well, that's good.
But it doesn't sound like any animal. I mean, it kind of slightly resembles like that owl screech they sometimes make, but it's much lower pitched.
I have infernalism. Does it sound like anything supernatural?
Banshee.
Possible. It's possible. Make a roll. Go ahead and make the roll.
Okay.
That and in again.
One, 2, 3, 4 successes.
You tend to think it's probably a human, but something's wrong with it.
Oh. Okay. Well, it's definitely not a demon. It's probably a human dying.
I also found, or my herd had found, I had them going through seeing if they could find any guns that were used in this shooting, because I figured that they were. Anyway, we found one. So,
Oh.
we'll drop it down. Maybe you can get some vibes off of it.
I could certainly try.
I mean, I have firearms, and I was looking at it, and it looks like the muzzle is burned and everything. Is it just a normal weapon that looked like it was used in a robbery?
Oh no, the barrel is like has like that sort of white, sort of ashen look to it. Like it got way too hot.
Mm-hmm.
And the inside, like looking down it, like if you take
The rifle
clean it
is
down,
all-
it's like
is all-
it is tore up. There's no rifling.
So it was definitely used.
Tore up from
It
the
was definitely
Torah.
using ammunition, if not the same ammunition that they were using, it was very similar, and it was dumped into the.
Okay. Can I lay some hands upon this item and see if I can extract a vision?
Sure. And what do you use for that?
I guess premonition?
That would be an Auspex ability, right?
Yeah, it's Auspex 2.
Let me find it here.
Did your Tori have something? What did your Tori have when she did that?
It's a little bit different, but it was like I could get information about like the last person that touched an object?
What was that? Do you remember?
It's probably Auspex.
It was
It
off.
was an
Yeah.
Aspect's ability, but I don't remember which one.
Oh, you know
Which
what?
ones do you have?
Does this not work on items?
No, I'm looking at Spirit's Touch, and it's a level 4.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
By touching an inanimate object or the
Gotcha.
ground at a location, the vampire can sense the emotional residue left by those who have handled that object or visited the location.
Yeah,
That's what it was. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
That's a 4-dot deal.
Gotcha. I mean, I could just try and have a premonition, but. I don't know if I can target that in any way. Could be fun either way.
Yeah, I mean...
Right.
Let's see what happens. Wee! Okay, so that is Auspex and Resolve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Now, this sometimes costs a rouse check. Let me read this real quick, just to make sure.
Oh, yeah. Let me know if it does.
Most of these.
Oh,
things,
the user can also actively provoke a premonition by focusing on a subject, making a rouse check, and rolling Resolve plus Aspects. The number of successes determines the level of insight on the subject, if any.
Okay.
So you
I
can
just
get...
want everybody to know I don't have aspects. We have aspects. Nothing to do with my ass whatsoever.
I mean, if you have pecs on your ass, I think you have other problems too.
I'm impressed. Like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I kind of want to see that.
Tell me more.
Like
I
to
don't
see
know if
how
you
the
could do
car-
that yourself. I don't think there's a way you could bend. You'd have to like twist your back around, I think. Anyway, so if you want to make the rouse roll,
Okay. And that's just roll one die, yeah?
Yeah, same thing as we did when we woke up.
yeah.
Okay. You stay.
And it doesn't affect whether you succeed the rouse or not. Doesn't affect the outcome of the
I might just get hungrier.
right.
That's a 2.
That's hungrier. So
Okay.
you're now at hunger 2.
Oh, now you have to roll 2 hunger dice for your 2 hungy dice
Oh.
for.
I sure
for
do.
the-
You get
Does it happen in that order?
I think that
Yes.
makes the most sense.
It makes
Yeah.
absolutely the most
You
sense.
make
Okay.
the rouse check and then you do
And
Yeah,
the
to
All right.
access the
roll?
power.
Got it.
And because it does, it affects your hunger dice not rolling.
Right.
Because apparently you're using the blood to fuel the thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Those hunger dice do
Nice.
good for you.
Yeah, they did. 6 and above?
Mm-hmm.
5 successes.
Bam. All right.
And no 10s on the hunger dice because you're awesome. Yeah.
Yep.
Good job, dice.
Okay. The well, you're going to get a premonition. You're not going to see the past, but maybe you're going to see something from the future
That
linking.
sounds great.
What?
Storyteller on the spot.
All right. So you're inside what looks like someone's living room,
Okay.
and you are, from your perspective, whoever's eyes you're seeing through is laying on their back, and there's blood pooling around you, and you can see there are 2 men, all dressed all in black, combat boots, cargo pants, the combat harness deal,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, carrying large boxes, long, probably rifles, out from the living room out the front door.
Okay. The room I'm in, are there any windows in it? Does it appear to be daytime or nighttime?
Appears to be daytime.
Okay.
Looking at the way the sun is, it's either early morning or sunset. The sun is low. You don't know which direction you're
Okay.
facing, so
Okay. Is there anything I can see in the room or out the windows that gives me an indication of where this is? in
you
the
see some.
city?
It's a typical kind of suburban area. I mean, it could be. It's a ranch-style home. Not that narrows it down much. It's difficult to tell exactly where it is. The one thing that you do notice is you sort of glance and you like see underneath the sofa, and there's what looks like a small like old style tape recorder that's been tossed under there, and there's a little record light on it.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Ooh, okay. All right. Do I hear anything other than like the sound of them moving the stuff? Like cars on the street, a flock of parrots screeching dramatically, a train,
No train.
bus, etc.
Heck, they could even be talking.
You hear birds, not parrots, but you hear
I
birds.
hear birds. Okay.
Burbs.
Give me one sec. Let me check one thing here real quick. You hear that two of the men who were leaving are talking.
Ooh, let's eavesdrop.
And let's see, it's probably
What's the point of having visions if you can't eavesdrop on other people's private conversations?
Right.
Exactly.
one of them says, "But you're shit with a 45," and then the other one says, "But you gotta admit, I'm a friggin' virtuoso on the 107. I've seen better." Who? And then that's kind of as they're leaving, the door closes.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like try and commit those voices to memory.
Okay.
So like if I hear them again, I'll recognize them.
Okay. Make a double your int and roll.
Okay.
And make a point of ripping their tongues out.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, clearly.
seems reasonable. That is gonna be 1 success.
Do you rolling 1 or 2 hunger dice?
2.
Okay. Oh, they're the black ones.
They're the red and black ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 success. Yeah, you got pretty. It's all right. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll have them.
Okay. Chance of recognizing if I hear them again. Okay. Cool. Cool. So you guys kind of probably like see her hold the thing and like eyes roll back in her head, starts speaking in Latin, chanting to herself, and then like comes to and it's like, oh, okay. Well, nice ranch-style suburban home, sunset or sunrise-ish. 2 military dudes carrying crates. It was a dead person. But there was a recorder stashed under the living room.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ouch. So maybe somebody that they were working with that gave them information, or at least knew what they were doing and knew enough to record them ahead of time.
Did you see any photos or anything in the room that might have given us a clue as to whose eyes you tapped into?
Good question.
The
Let me
person who
think
could
for a
answer that.
second. I did hear some birds, not specifically parrots, so
It could be anywhere.
it could be anywhere.
Even the parrots could be anywhere.
Yeah.
True.
Out of character.
But we knew they
Dear
were at least
Lord,
local.
they came by they came by Panorama City last night, and I was like, please stop with your crazy scariness.
Yeah. Didn't hear any, like, train noises or anything, so someplace relatively quiet. Let me think back about your question about whether I saw any photos in the room that would indicate whose eyes I was looking through.
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely. There's several pictures. There's obviously grandchildren, and there's a picture looks old. It's in black and white, and it's looks like a husband and wife, probably a wedding picture.
Okay.
And then there's a picture of an old guy wearing like overalls, holding up a fish and his fishing pole.
Oh, fishing guy. Okay.
And I'm going to show you, like, a printout of the security footage I got.
Yes. Okay. Also, did the article about the fire chief, have a photo of
Yep,
him in
that
it?
was my question.
Yes, probably.
Okay.
There's probably one on the website.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
chief.
Does he look
Yeah.
similar to
No.
old guy? Okay.
no.
Not that guy. Okay. Well, it wasn't the fire chief.
I like My theory is that this is the person that they hired to purchase these firearms
That very well
to
could
create
be.
a separation between
And
those who are using them and those who got them.
So they
is
didn't
the
use
is
their
the
little
dude in
license or whatever.
the security footage
Different people,
Okay.
Okay. No, unfortunately, none of these guys either.
but they both look like retirees.
The thing is, he could have been ex-military. He could actually still have connections. He could still have that license. We don't know.
Can I try and... Well, my craft is sculpting. Shit.
What's interesting is that these guys seem to be working out of living rooms and things. This doesn't seem to be a government-sanctioned kind of thing. So they're either a set of radicals or it's a cell, and they've got cells scattered everywhere,
Yeah, that's
or
the
both.
thing. Is that's what I've heard about the Second Inquisition is that they work in compartmentalized cells, and they don't necessarily have the sanction of the overall powers that be. They're simply people that are in the know about the situation and taking action and using their considerable resources to do so.
That's all well and good, but my concern really is who's feeding them the information. Clearly, one of us is feeding the information for the Havens. I want to know who that is.
If I wanted to try and sketch this dude's face that I saw, what do I roll? Or is anyone else?
Does craft only
Well,
work
you're
in the
artistic,
specialization?
but you
Yeah.
do violin.
I have
I would
3 in
say craft.
performance, so like if you want to
the
describe
thing
it
is-
to me.
The thing is, craft is just a specialization. You still can use craft for just about all the
Sure.
other craft things. You just
Okay.
don't get the specialization
And
bonus.
most sculptors I know also can draw like
That's fair.
Oh yeah, I would
Right.
think so.
Two
Yeah,
dots in
it's the
craft.
visual arts. I'm going to
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that plus probably wits, I would guess. maybe?
Sure.
Okay.
If not, you can just sculpt it out of clay
Or Play-Doh.
or Play-Doh. Or mashed
silly
potatoes like they did in Close Encounters.
Yeah. That's true. How does the
Isn't for
special-
Socrates.
How does the
This means
specialization work? Do you get a bonus?
I don't know.
You get a bonus
2 dice?
when it's.
2 dice?
I don't remember if it's 1 or 2 die, but like the when it applies, you get either 1 or 2 dice bonus.
Okay.
I think in the last set of rolls it was 2 dice. Let me
I
look.
don't remember off the
There's
top of my
something
head.
incredibly odd about you going over to just dumping out Play-Doh and just sort of with a spaced out look in your eyes starts, and we're all like,
I
what
kinda
the
love it."
hell is going on? Why is he playing with Play-Doh right now?
Yeah,
But
'cause I
I-
don't have a ton of dice on this.
What I would like to do is try to track
You get
down-
1 extra die.
1?
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Would I know anything about the whilst I'm rolling about any of the outed Ventru when the new prince took over? Were they all killed? Were they exiled?
Nice.
Do you know what that dealio was?
Okay. Well, the
If-
previous prince was eaten,
Okay.
and his name was Daniel. Is that correct? Do you remember? Is his name Daniel? Prince Daniel?
Yes.
I think it was Daniel.
Yep.
I have no memory
I believe
of that.
it.
What am I,
So they
Gandalf?
deauthorized him.
His brother
The
did.
prince. The prince. No, you're thinking of Anthony and Sebastian.
Anthony
Yeah, I
and
am.
Sebastian are the ones I was
Talking about
thinking
the prince. I think it was Daniel. He was
Yes.
he was a Ventru. He was eaten. There are very few Ventru. Most of them fled. There is a Abigail Dawn is the Ventru primogen. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
Venture prey.
Caleb Johnstone.
I was going to say.
Wrong one. Was that him? Wait a second.
I'm sorry, Caleb. What?
Caleb Johnson? I thought
Caleb Johnstone.
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 That E is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
How else will you know that it is old? E.
I got 3 successes to sculpt the face of this retiree.
Okay, that's enough.
Cool. Okay. So I'll make a little maquette bust of his face, and then I'm gonna snap a photo of it with my phone and drop it into Google image search.
Okay.
See what comes up.
nice.
I was wrong. I was right the first time. It was Abigail Dawn is the Ventru.
How many Abigails did you already put in this game?
So many Abigails.
This is number 3 in
Is it
2
really?
sessions. Yeah, because we had 2 in the, newspaper.
Well, you had Abigail.
Oh, those aren't
what's her
NPCs.
bitch from
proper NPCs.
They're characters. They're non-players. They're in the game.
Listen, the old lady that was in charge of the restaurant was a non-playing character too until Tim latched onto it. Throw us a name, and we're gonna turn her into something important.
I'm just saying.
Old people never stay up that late.
Don't they though?
That's what he said.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
But like, no names come to mind off the top of my head as far as a Ventru who would be interested in seeking revenge for being ousted by leaking our information to the Second Inquisition.
not that you know of, no.
Okay.
I mean, there are a few Ventru that stayed, but they're not treated real well.
How many Ventru fled to the Anarchs?
Well, they all just kind of disappeared. No one really knows what direction they went. Some of them probably did. Some of them made, who knows?
Would my 2 dots in politics Camarilla or my 1 dot in status Camarilla give me any further insight?
You probably know of one that defected to the Anarchs.
Okay.
Or at least was there when the Anarch incursion happened, then went, hey, I'm totally on your guys' side.
Right.
You know.
What was their name? Do you have it? Or
I will make that Caleb Johnstone.
okay.
Caleb? Is it? That's
Caleb.
pronounced Caleb, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it could be Caleb. Like, whatever.
Right, whatever. Yeah.
We're vampires.
Live your truth.
Oh, there's one other one that you know of, too.
What's that?
Her name was Sally Smith, and she was I don't want to go too much into the history because it'd be boring, but there was a prince of Pornvale named Sebastian who was a Toreador at one point. He had a brother who was a Nosferatu who ran the glittering or the Mote of Sin for a while. He and his brother had come up with this plan to diablerize very old vampires and got very high or very low in the generation. And then he started just like willy-nilly siring children. She's one of the few remaining ones. There was a blood hunt put on them because they had 0 training, but their blood potency was through the roof. So most of them were hunted down and killed.
Okay.
She's one of the ones that escaped.
And she's a Ventru?
She's a Ventru. No, she wouldn't
she'd
be
be
a
a
Ventru.
Toreador.
Yeah, she would be a Toreador. Why did I put Ventru?
I don't know. You told us to.
Good question.
Like,
I don't know.
I will fully admit, Colin is like a Toreador with a Ventru rising, but
Yeah, I'm going to change
In
that
the
to
House
Toreador.
of Ventru.
Right. So, there you go.
okay. Toreador. Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't one of Sebastian's, and I'm just reading my description. I wrote this a couple months ago.
You're fine.
This was Prince Daniel's child.
Oh, okay.
And who was most notably not at his side when he was murdered.
So someone with potential axe to grind. And I just know that she exists. I don't know anything about her whereabouts.
No, you'd have to venture up there or such.
Ventru up there.
Heyo.
And I assume that the Primogen, Abigail Dawn, would probably not know anything because she defected to the Atriarchs.
Right.
In theory, would not know anything.
Probably.
Okay.
There's something I'd like to do, but I wanted to see what you guys think. I wanted to track down the either the owners or the clerks that basically sold the guns, and just find them and question them, and see if they have any information, and if they also can maybe look up the transaction in their own banking account, see if that check is cleared, who the check was from, and so on and so forth.
I also think we should send this gun to the council. They could have people with more skills than we to look at it and see if they can't glean information about who owned it, where they came from, because
Yeah,
we're
sure.
done with it.
We might as well put as many resources on this as
I
possible.
also think that, I mean, I can do it, but I'd like some company to go to Griffith Park to find out where this guy died, and also to see if we can track down this sound, and maybe they're related.
Did the article or any other like updated articles give a
I'll go
time
with you.
of death for him, or when they found the body? There's no time of death in the initial article, so
Right.
I don't know if they updated it and we can pinpoint it as close to being the same time that Floyd heard the sound, or if it's completely.
It would have happened like probably hours before you guys woke up.
Oh, okay.
They're probably still waiting on a coroner's report, most likely.
Well, they've already traced the dental records. Because, like, in the article it said that the body was so damaged that they had to ID by dental.
Well, at least we can determine when the body was found. If it was found at like 2 p.m., we know it wasn't the same sound.
Or, like, I mean, it could have been the same sound, even if the body was found later.
There's
But,
been a
like, if
lot-
they haven't released time of death yet.
There's been a lot of people dying by fire, mostly vampires, and the fact that the fire chief died by fire in kind of in our area, near where those other,
I know,
It's Griffith
it's
Park.
quite on our doorstep. I don't like it.
I think we should check it out. If nothing else, maybe we can get a sense of the area that where he died. Maybe we can get a sense of who did it.
No, I'm in a really good place to cover your back, since I can hide real easy and I can talk to
Okay.
animals, so I'll go with you.
Your Google search you have a name.
Okay.
Let's see. Give me 1 second.
Do you want to come with us to the Griffith Park area, to where this guy's SUV burned down, and see if you can't get a reading off of the area? Also, we might hear the sound again. I think they're related.
That's true. It would be worth checking out.
Erwin Jensen.
Erwin Jensen. Okay.
He lives in Sierra Madre.
Far.
Urban.
Irwin.
Irwin. My bad. Sorry, dude, for my work.
Does he listen to the podcast?
Hopefully not.
Which one's closer? Well, Griffith
I mean,
Park
I
is probably
love Irwin.
closer.
Pardon?
Griffith Park is closer, yeah?
To you guys? Yeah.
Like, it butts up against our domain.
Yeah. Yeah. We should go there first, and then I think I found the guy from my vision. This guy.
And where does he live?
Erwin Jensen lives in Sierra Madre.
Maybe we should split up. Because I think if we find this guy before the police find his dead body, we can get that recorder before CSI gets in there.
I would very much like to hear what is on that tape.
Yes. I think I should go there since I've seen it.
Maybe he and I, with your animal friends, maybe we can track down some information.
I think that we're probably the best aligned to do that.
I suspect that this guy got shot at by these things. Maybe they can find out where he shot at from.
Or at the very least, they can point out where the little metal bits from their big fire sticks fell down, and we can
And maybe,
figure
maybe
that
where
out.
this noise is, too. So yeah, you and I can try that.
Especially since you recorded it. That's brilliant, by the way. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, I guess.
Colin,
I'm
are
thinking
you up for a trek through the woods?
I'd rather go to Sierra Madre. These boots are new. I'd rather not go to Griffith Park.
But those boots are meant for out... Never mind.
No, they were not meant for outdoors.
That's why I said never mind. I made a horrible mistake and I
were not
corrected
even-
myself. I'm very sorry.
This was not meant for outdoorsing.
Once again, I made a horrible mistake and I corrected myself. Now you're just abusing me.
I'm just saying those boots were not made for walking.
I knew that was coming. Waiting for it. Can we have somebody from the council send a courier up so that we can send this gun to them?
We could send a courier.
Can we do?
With
We have a
one
courier?
of our people.
I
right?
guess I could
We
do
got-
I can
we
send
got
my
people.
ghoul to go drop that off. not a
Okay.
problem.
There you go.
I mean, the parents could like hold carry this.
Do you want to send it to the sheriff? Do we want to try to make
Maybe an
nice?
African swallow.
Oh, yeah. Gift wrap it. Send it to the sheriff.
I was actually thinking your sire might have more information on it if he can do his aura readings on this object.
Yes, or my primogen might have
A ritual of some sort, maybe? Mm-hmm. Or as you like to call it, hand-wavy stuff.
Finger wiggling.
Well, I'll leave it up to Felix. You have, right now, an option. You're standing at the crossroads of your own destiny, really.
Well, I'm always in the precipice of greatness, but what was your point?
We could send it to one of our primogens with your blessing, which would put you in a pretty good position to, if you wanted to, challenge the current sheriff. But if you decided that's not your fate, which I'm sure, why not, you may want to send it to the sheriff with a recommendation of sending it to one of our primogens, so that they can save some face after you brutally threw them to the mud.
Politically speaking, that is very wise.
Did I miss something?
I'm just saying that you never
Yes.
know
Oh,
what.
yes, you did.
Okay.
The
Oh.
sheriff's mad at Felix.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed something.
Because Felix is obviously the only one who shared information that made him look like an asshole.
Yeah.
How about he went right to the seneschal?
Well,
Yeah, that was
to
my
be fair, Silas did mention it was the ugliest of us, and
I mean, no one would ever confuse me
Nobody.
with that.
Hey, I know who I am, and that's fine. But
Those of us who are stunning.
the only problem that I have with that is
I'm only not stunning. I'm
that
not wearing makeup.
if the sheriff's ire was rousted by not jealousy, but maybe he knows something, I would be unwilling to share too much information with him.
what clan is the sheriff?
Nosferatu.
Oh.
Do you want to know his name?
Sure.
Scully Wallace.
Scully.
Shit.
It was a previous character.
He's such a
in this
bitch.
one.
He's right there.
The ugly one all the way on the right.
He's about 4 feet tall.
Right.
Oh.
Oh, he said he was short.
And I contacted him and I said, "Can I use your characters?"
And he
in
does
NPC?
talk with a
He said
lisp,
yes.
too. Scully Wallace.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's going to be very difficult for me. Gotcha. But
I leave it up to you.
I find it to
It
be
is
somewhat
your fate.
suspect. Maybe what I should do is present this directly to him and see if I could maybe mend some bridges.
That's not how that saying goes.
There's been enough burning already.
It isn't.
You are mixing your metaphors.
All right, that was poor writing, and I'll admit it. Holy crap! It's not my best day.
Nice.
Ooh. Shade.
I got your back.
So says the guy who said, "Oh, this morning."
Yeah, that is true.
I did.
It takes a while.
You saw me with this morning.
He was just embraced.
It's true, he's the youngest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never
Don't
agreed
punish
to
the
raise
baby.
children.
Well,
I mean, if you feel like it would be best to like pander to the incompetents, go ahead. It's your decision.
You could also just size up the competition while you're, you know,
Mm-hmm.
dousing the bridges, as it were.
okay, mending fences. I'm getting it right. How about we just take care of the thing that we need to immediately take care of? The mojo on the gun won't just wear away in a few hours, right?
It might.
The longer time goes, the longer.
More people handle it.
Especially with if this is a human touch, it's not exactly lasting.
My instinct leans me towards taking it to the sheriff directly, but I'd like some backup. And since we're going together to the woods, would you come with me while we do that?
Sure.
All right.
Oh, best of luck, Heckle and Jekyll.
Meanwhile, we'll go to the suburbs
Mm-hmm.
and retrieve a recording device.
Where is Sierra Madre anyway?
I don't know.
Sierra Madre is that way.
That does not help. When you just point.
We're indoors!
It's northeast Pasadena.
Actually, it's
okay.
north of Montebello.
It's its own little city, I think.
It is.
But
But
it's
it's
Like,
kind of
so
just
is everywhere.
It's
but
just
like,
east of Pasadena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's so many places in
Baldwin
LA.
Avenue?
Like,
Baldwin Avenue in New York?
Well, I mean, as far as I am aware, like, civilization ends at Pasadena, so, like...
Sierra Madre is a
Well,
very hoity-toity part. It's
If you
very-
promise to
Oh,
wipe
yeah.
your feet, we can take my BMW.
There'll be lots of them up there.
kind of looks at her feet. What's wrong with my floors? Oh, they're haunted and covered in cobwebs. Yep. Let's go.
Okay. So
As I I have left my shoes by the door, along with there's a small foot bath that I had installed there earlier for when I leave.
As long as it's not holy water, we're good.
What you don't know.
Are there little cubbies for the shoes? Or did you just set them outside?
This will be
I put
problematic.
in
I just realized it's a slight problem.
What's your problem?
I can't enter unless I'm invited.
Oh, she would have invited you.
No. I
no,
mean
to the apartment.
to the suburb.
You can guard outside.
Oh, yeah.
If they're dead, I can't get invited in.
They have to invite you in?
I'd be invited in by the person who.
Is it an apartment?
It was a house.
It was a house.
It was a house.
Ranch style.
Ranch style.
Oh yeah, you
We'll need someone to keep lookout.
I can. It's fine.
Yeah. And
Just a small
I think
hitch.
I would wonder if is it the owner of the house?
That I don't know. It's not specific, so I think it's kind of open to your interpretation.
Okay.
And I mean, if the owner is dead, then it means it's squatters' rights, which
it's
means
unowned, which means we can walk in and then invite
Unless there's a will in place.
right.
However, wouldn't that will have had to be implemented
Yes.
for a new owner
Possibly.
to
you in.
be
It feels like a loophole if the will is unexecuted.
executed? Thank
So
you.
we execute the executor. We're fine.
Okay.
We'll
Or
find out.
whoever opens the door could invite you in.
We'll find out. It's fine.
Yeah.
It was just a funny thing I realized. Like, oh yeah, that could be
Otherwise, you
problematic.
can just stand outside and look pretty.
So you two are going to see the sheriff?
and then we're going to go
Then
into the
okay.
woods.
Let's do the sheriff first.
Great.
So downtown LA. You know where his sort of public facing domain is. It's in the sewers. You probably know exactly where it is.
Yeah, most likely.
So you head down, and
Are you sure you're allowed to take me down here?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yeah, they really like to prep for company. No, it's just a sewer. We're fine.
okay, and well, this is like his public facing office, like his storefront, his sewage front. So, and it's a smallish chamber, probably 8 by 10, and it's dank. And he's got like a little desk set up, and you see there's a map on the wall, and there's a bunch of dots where you can see are places where the fires have happened. And he's taking yarn, and there's yarn stretched across it, making all kinds of symbols and everything. And you see a short little bald head facing away from you, sitting at a desk going.
I go, knock, knock.
Yes. Felix, I've been meaning to talk to you.
Scully, I brought something for you for the investigation.
What's that?
I grabbed a bundle, and I'm like, in here is a firearm that was used in one of the assaults and assassinations. We were thinking that you might be able to find someone with divination or aspects that might be able to find more information from it.
Goes and grabs an overcoat and.
Oh, it's already wrapped in a blanket.
Okay, all right. He takes it. Excellent. That'll help.
But
How are you?
I am
Just
well.
like Tim.
I've been working on it.
I am well. I'm just concerned about all these fires going on by my coterie. So we are taking action to try to discover as much as we can. So I just wanted to come here and not only present you with this, but to open a dialogue and make sure that we're sharing resources as much as possible to do the prince's bidding.
Oh yeah, of course. What do you got for me?
And basically, I go down all the stuff that we pegged through.
Okay.
Probably all the stuff I already told the seneschal, and I'm going. We're working on going out to Griffith Park to check out, because we think that maybe the fire chief's death might be connected to this. So we're running that down as well. But we'll let you know what we dig up from that when we do.
Excellent. Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
I've got supposed to meet someone, but I can't leave. You know Big Head?
Do I know Big Head?
He was Nosferatu.
Sure.
He disappeared months ago. He's doing some work for us in the valley, but just on the edge.
Oh, that's
I need someone to meet him.
where at and when.
It's called MBZ Auto Repair. It's on San Fernando.
MBZ Auto.
He's going to be in the parking lot. He's expecting me, though, so you may need to kind of say, hey, Gully sent me, or something, so he
Is
knows.
there any, like maybe a business card or something that he'd know came from you to confirm that you sent me?
Sorry, that name sounded really familiar, and so I looked it up.
Use your business
And
card.
like, it's in the same
MBZ.
complex as my mechanic.
All right. Sure, I'd be happy to do this for you.
Excellent.
Is there anything in particular you want me to ask him, or he's just dumping information?
He's
and
gonna
forwarding it?
he's gonna give you some information,
Okay.
and it needs to come directly here.
Oh, you can look. We're Nosferatu. We got this. It'll not see any eyes other than yours and mine. If I need to look at it, if not, if it's sealed up, I'll just take it over straight to you.
All right.
All right.
I will forego my my lecture on the chain of command in the organizational chart. I'd written it out on a chalkboard,
Oh
but we don't need that now, do we?
no, we don't. Not at all. But you have to understand that things are moving really, really quickly, and we're all working in the same best interest.
Oh, sure,
But
absolutely.
I'm fully willing to make sure that I'm working along with the authority. All right. Problem solved. Saunter away.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess
Good. You guys do. Great performance.
So good.
It was very Tim.
Congratulations.
way to channel
You guys
Tim.
need to go back and listen to the Mote of Sin, and you can actually hear how close he was to Tim.
How many years did Mote of Sin go on?
Cup 2, 3. It was
At
30
least
some
two, at least a
sessions.
lot,
Yeah.
Can you believe that? He devoted 2 years of our time to that?
Dang. I tortured the heck out of that
Yeah, you
thing.
did. Yeah, fashion lines and buildings and
So,
whole secretary.
actually,
I'm
I
aware I
just
have
want to
very
sort of
large
take a
Louis
cursory
Vuitton
look at
stuff.
all of the stuff that's on the walls, all of the investigation stuff. Does it seem like bullshit, or is he actually doing like a decent job?
Right now, it looks like he's grasping at straws. I mean, all the pins are in the right place. He has all the locations right. But what he's doing with the yarn doesn't make any sense to you. It looks like he's panicking a little bit. Like someone got their thumb on his back and he's trying to figure anything out.
You know what? Can I take a picture of that map while they're talking? I'm going to take just a serendipitously do
Sure.
a quick picture of that thing so we have
That's
a
a good
record
plan.
of it as well.
Okay, yeah.
I just didn't want to be obvious about it. I didn't know how to do that.
Okay. So
He didn't even know I was there, so I'm just going to keep that up.
That works for me.
Me too.
So Sierra Madre.
Yeah. We're going to Erwin Jensen's house.
Okay. Not hard to find. And it's a nice ranch style home. About 2,000 square feet. It's on a very large lot, but probably an eighth of an acre. Big, huge backyard. You can hear dogs barking in the back.
We hear dogs barking in the back. Okay, do we hear any sounds from inside the house?
No.
Any lights? Nothing.
No, there's no lights on.
Oh, poor puppies must be hungry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gonna have to feed those dogs.
Well, we maybe feed them the body. It's still there.
I mean, it's a valid removal method.
You'll get no arguments from
But
me.
better with pigs.
Guys, you need to look up Mary Province. There's
And
even a
for me,
song
it's just
written about
animals
Mary
eating
Province.
Let's see. Well, is there anyone about on the street?
No, not really. It's a quiet neighborhood. I mean, there are several houses around, and their lights are still on. It's probably 10 o'clock-ish, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
When I get about 2 minutes out, I'll turn the lights, the headlights off on
Okay.
the BMW just to make sure that no one really sees us coming out.
Yeah. 'Cause I can sneak in there unseen, but I don't know.
I mean,
You
I've got
guys.
rapid reflexes. I'm not.
Okay.
But again, it's me getting it entirely isn't possibly an issue.
Right. Sure, why not? Let's test out how Unseen Passage works and see if I can just ghost in there real quick with Obfuscate, level 2.
Let me read that, because I'm fascinated to see what that actually does. Obfuscate.
Hey, Sam's using a magic power. It's cool.
Reflexes.
It's fun. I have... so far, my Malkavian powers are like a mix of Toreador and Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a weird situation.
Nice.
I have
What-
some Dominate, too, which is going to be fun.
Yeah, I've got some dominate.
What is it called?
Got just a hint of dominance.
Unseen Passage.
And Moose
Unseen.
It's
Wow.
page
Yeah.
261.
It's just too useful.
There's a great.
I should have written down what these do, but I didn't.
I just wrote down
There's a
the
really
rules.
Oh, you have it too?
Dominate and presence.
The page numbers.
There's a really good
261?
crossover power with dominate
Yeah,
presence. I didn't have
261.
to dominate 2 to get it.
It's a good idea. Write that down.
Unseen
on
Passage.
Based on our like character creation session, I actually expected there to be more like crossover, like the whatever they call them, powers, like benefits. And there really weren't that many. It was only like maybe 3 total. I was like, oh.
Okay.
So, I don't... Do I have to roll for it? Or is it really...
Just a rouse check.
Just a rouse check. Okay.
Yeah, and it automatically succeeds unless you are doing something that's going to draw your attention.
Let's see how
Speaking louder
hungry
than a
it
whisper.
makes me.
Wearing strong perfume, things like that.
Well, kind of hungry.
How many? What are you at now?
I'm
3.
at 3.
Snaps.
Okay.
Wait till I get to 5, you guys.
Oh lord.
Well, that can be dangerous.
What do you mean
Like-
can be?
I also manifest Stigmata. So I get to
You too?
hunger 5.
You too.
You both heard Sigma?
Yes.
Oh
It was
lord.
so on brand, I couldn't not.
And mine, like, I didn't take, like, normal stigmata. Like, I didn't take Catholic stigmata.
Well, that's obviously what she has.
Yeah. So we just manifest differently. Like, we both start to bleed at hunger.
Yeah.
4 or 5?
5.
5.
I'm only at 3.
Look at me avoiding all the menstruation jokes.
Hey, because you know what's good for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit here and drink my red wine.
Listen, the Catholic version is very specific about where it comes
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay.
I mean,
from. Okay, so she's feeling a little
Saunter
peckish.
right up to the
but
door.
Just walk in there unseen.
Okay.
Is the door locked?
The door's not locked. It is closed, but it is not locked.
Go inside.
Okay. And there in the living room, right there in front of you, you see a dead man with a bullet hole in his head.
Okay. Do I see anyone else?
No.
Then I'm gonna look for that recording device under the couch.
It is right exactly where you saw it.
Perfect. I will press stop immediately if it's still on.
Oh, it's already clicked off.
Okay, perfect.
it only
that
lasts.
In my pocket, and then just like walk back into the door frame and kind of hand wave them in.
Okay.
Alright. Old habit will still die hard. He was an Irishman before. He'll cross himself.
Okay.
And then try to go in and see what happens.
Yeah, I think you could get in.
Alright,
I
cool.
think you could get in. My guess is it's probably the will of the person.
Makes sense.
I
And
love
if they're dead, they have no will.
the threshold theory from Dresden is my
Oh, yeah.
favorite one of that. Whether they do it.
Cool. So I'll show you guys the recording device.
Well, that's great.
Just where I saw it. Shall we listen to it
Yes.
and have a look around?
You said the door wasn't locked?
Door was unlocked.
I think we should have a look around first.
And maybe listen to it when we get back to the Haven.
Fair. Someone's gonna need to feed those dogs too.
Well,
I mean, feed the dogs, feed on the dogs, whatever.
I mean, really.
Sometimes you have to slum it.
No.
I'm feeling a bit peckish, but not that hungry.
I had my meal.
I mean, have you been
He was
boy?
slightly disappointing, but at least he was, human.
Satisfying.
Well, I'll never be satisfied.
She kind of gives you an approving nod.
Like, Never be satisfied.
I'm gonna be adding that to my playlist now. Thank you. So yeah, let's see if we can figure out who this person was.
Yeah.
Do they have any kind of home office? Any...
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Any business cards? Any professional or like official paperwork?
Yeah, he's got there on the wall. There's a bunch of fishing pictures and hunting pictures, and he's got he's framed his federal firearms license, so he's a federal firearms dealer. He's also got a bunch of gun lockers in his office.
Great. Well, let's break into those.
We could just, take these for evidence in future use.
Well, also better in our hands than theirs.
Assuming that they're not empty from the people taking the crates out.
Oh, yeah. Or the gun... Well, I guess we have to break into them first. If
Yeah.
they're locked.
Let's give them a break.
And they're like proper safes too.
Does he have any keys on his person?
Yeah.
Shall we try these?
Well, better than breaking them in.
They've all got they've all got dials. They're big too. They're probably like 12.
Is there like a note in his desk that says the combination? As old people are so wont to do.
Like under
this
the
guy's an old spook,
under the ink blotter
sounds like to
or
me,
like taped
a
under the
different
keyboard.
Make a.
I bet you wish there was a luck roll like Cthulhu in this game.
I know, right? That's what I was
I'm
just
so
thinking.
glad that there's not. Because my luck at Cthulhu is like 20.
Can I persuade the room to tell me its secrets?
Awareness wits, maybe.
Okay.
Awareness wits? Okay. Oh, that's not me. Like,
Yeah, you can always decline to roll and say, "I'm not trying this," or I
like I'm rolling 3 dice and I don't feel comfortable.
I got 3 successes.
Okay.
And my hunger dice was not anything to note.
Okay. Yeah, you find a piece of paper, and it's got a bunch of numbers on it, but it looks like there's more numbers there than you would think there would be in a combination like this. Usually it's like 3, but there's more here.
Are there multiple saves?
It's one string of numbers.
Okay.
Is this like a bank account number?
It could be. I mean, it's long.
Got nothing to help us out here.
Got finance.
Oh yeah, I've got finance 1. I mean,
You roll that to see if the number might be some kind of bank account or something like that.
sure. I mean, if that works for you.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm always game for you to roll dice.
I'm sure you are. Can I use charisma in finance?
No.
Or would you like me to roll
Flip
with
that
finance?
finance.
I would say
Right out.
intelligence
Right.
and finance.
Okay, well, I'll give it a shot. 3 dice, 1 is hunger. Come on.
Eat them dogs.
Oh, that's 2 successes, and the hunger is nothing.
Okay, all right. It is long enough to be a routing and a account number.
All right, well, at least we found where his money might be.
I'm going to look up the routing number and see if it pings on any.
Yeah, it's like a nearby Wells Fargo. I think, isn't that how they work? I think that's how they work.
Bank of California. Yeah,
It will usually tell you, the routing number will tell you what bank it is and what state it's from.
Okay, all right.
Is that on the checks too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Thus making it completely useless to write down and hide. You.
Unless you are a paranoid person. that doesn't have checks for your account.
And doesn't
Because
understand how
it's-
He
Well,
does
works.
have checks.
Well,
I bet.
unless it's
Old people
somebody
always
else's
have
account.
checks.
That's the thing. If it's somebody
I mean,
else's.
she's not wrong.
I mean, technically, I have checks too, but that's because my pool guy doesn't take Venmo.
I just love that most of us, except for him, is like 100 or so plus years old. And you're like, well, old people love checks.
Yeah, I think my character's
Yeah.
like 200 and something.
Yeah, I'm
So
100
just
plus, going on like
this old guy.
24. Like,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
Looks young.
Lakshmi went with the times.
living my Dorian Gray life.
Beautiful.
You guys dealt in letters of credit, probably.
All right.
Bills that you have to actually fold.
Would it be worth it just taking the whole computer?
Well, let me see if there's
Files
anything
or-
in it first.
Okay.
We'll keep a lookout.
Okay. You boot it up, and he's got some sort of accounting software on it, and it says, and then there's a file called. No, you are not going to update my computer right now.
That's a weird file.
That is a long title.
Old people never update
It's
their
like
computers.
I'm just saying that's like the Windows. No, old people upgrade their computers right away without thinking about the repercussions, and yeah, it's a story of Windows.
Oh, of course. There's a file called Irwin Jensen LLC.
Oh. Oh, good.
Oh, he's a contractor.
Okay.
Shade! I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
It
I'm
would be
going
funny
to
if it
look
wasn't
at-
true.
I mean, I guess it could be a
That's what I'm
DBA.
drinking.
No, it says LLC. It says LLC.
And
His liability
I'm gonna
is
open
limited
that
to him
up.
dead.
I'm gonna open it up
Okay.
and see what it has in it.
He has he's got a lot of money in his account. Looks like he's got like $60,000 in there in this business account. And there is the most recent transaction is a deposit, and it was Saturday afternoon for about $14,000.
Well,
Oh, here, it's unopened.
Also, yeah, that's
I would say that it's most likely that the Second Inquisition pay as well up front. But you do have to watch those hidden clauses.
Yeah, they seem to have canceled his account rather abruptly.
But other than that, nothing of particular note on
Any
this.
indication where the where the deposits came from?
You'd need to look in his actual bank records, like go to the.
Well,
Wells
I'm
Fargo
going to
website.
see if he has one of those setups where, like, I'm just going to go to the Wells Fargo site
Where your passwords are stored?
and see if his password is
While
stored.
keeping watch, kind of overhearing this, while keeping watch in the living room, I'm going to take a quick look on his person. Does he have a cell phone on him?
Yeah.
Does his cell phone have a banking app?
No.
Okay.
Not young enough for that.
Yep.
I was about to
use
say-
the
Fingerprint
phone-
scanner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Old people
Face
don't
recognition or fingerprint scanner, exactly what I was
trust.
thinking.
Yeah, old people do not trust banking apps. as I alienate our entire audience with the Asian
Only the
party.
people
We've
who
not
are
specified who
older
old
than me,
people are.
because I'm not old.
You're making me feel young. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I don't trust banking apps, but, like, it's not like BOA has, like, a great history with
Well,
their
I'll
security.
pocket his cell phone either way. I mean, there might be more
Okay.
information on it.
All right.
I have a question.
Yes.
In my vision, were the dudes wearing gloves?
Yes.
Okay.
So you open up the browser, And autofills the password.
Log in.
Okay. You see that deposit from the deposit cleared Saturday at like 3:42 p.m. And it's where it says from. There's a big long string of numbers. Yet another big long string of numbers.
Okay.
What's his current account balance?
60,000.
Should we transfer that somewhere?
I'm just saying, like, it would not be the worst thing to put some money towards the cause. I mean, we are devoting so much time and energy and resources to dealing with cleaning up his mess that I feel like it's the charitable thing to do.
I'll give all that money to gun control lobbyists.
And a few, say 3 smaller transfers would arouse less suspicion.
Or even, just
one large one.
just to
Do anyone have politics?
ease the.
I have politics Camarilla.
I have politics 1.
We have politics with a
Okay,
special.
but you-
yeah,
but
politics
we-
with a specialization.
Yeah, I have politics too.
Moving more than $10,000 from bank account to bank account automatically triggers a report to the IRS. You would know that.
Well, I was going to say that we should split it up. I mean, as tempting as it is to say 3 ways, that maybe our primogents would appreciate an influx of cash to the cause, and a 6 ways versus 3 ways is not.
That's true. I don't think that Silas the Great has a bank account.
He has a mattress.
So I will
It's a whole
happily
hospital full of mattresses.
take his share and bestow it upon him in the form of raccoon entrails.
Who is my primogen?
You're a Toreador.
I am.
Did I really make him?
Yes, you did.
Uh-oh.
You've made poor choices.
No, what? No, he's got
Pee Wee Herman is not a Toreador.
No, the
He's
busiest
gonna
guy
be a
in the
private.
Glittering Knights got 2 frickin' jobs.
Paul
Paul Morphy.
Morphy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he does have 2 jobs, yeah.
yeah, he's also the seneschal, right?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad he's very busy. May he stay very busy. That's good. That means $10,000 to 2 places.
But that is the question. And like, it's. I'm assuming somebody says like, okay, we have to do these in $10,000 increments
Yeah, or less.
or less.
Yes.
9,999.
Naturally.
I mean, we should leave his descendants something,
Why?
and $6 seems quite appropriate.
$6.66, please.
Oh my god. So good.
I guess we
Yes.
can humor you this time.
Yes. That's beautiful.
So we'll do 2 separate transactions. Does anyone have shell gum days?
Oh, yes, I have a charity.
I mean, if my shell company is called Cash.
This is a bank transaction on the computer. It's not an ATM. I'm pretty sure this is this thing barely runs Windows 7.
I'm probably sure I have some kind of fallback. I have resources 3. Like,
Fuck that I'm not there, and I'm so pissed off right now.
I'm sure I have some kind of failsafe in place for just such an emergency.
Perfect way to frame somebody for a murder. God.
Oh yeah.
You probably would at least have an offshore bank
Yeah,
account.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And I'm going to put this to I'm going to blatantly use my yoga contact
Okay.
and put it in Sujin Finya's account
Okay.
to then be taken out at my leisure.
All right. So $9,999.99.
Yeah, sure. Wait, whatever will end up with $6.66 left in the
Okay.
account.
All right.
I'm sure we can deposit some to some meaningful charities. I feel like maybe towards the fire relief.
Absolutely.
It is not our mess to clean up.
You can do whatever with.
Oh, I just mean, between the three of us, that is half.
But we're doing, like, we are doing our part because the other amount of this money is going to go to the Primogens. But, like,
That's
I'm
true.
assuming that we know, like, a front, like, they have a laundry shop
Oh,
somewhere
naturally.
that I could, like, just deposit the money
Transfer
into
it
a...
to.
You don't
Yeah.
become the Primogen without breaking a few eggs. I
Like,
know what
I
that
don't
means.
want to... If somebody else gets
He
into
mixes
this bank
metaphors
account,
and gets nothing.
Stunning!
God damn it.
we're beautiful.
Note to self, be better looking.
That high charisma, though.
But basically, like, just saying, like, if somebody else goes into this, I don't want to lead them straight to our Primogens.
Right.
We're
Sure.
not
Oh,
that dumb.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll go through the proper channels.
Yeah, and I'm like, I have a nonprofit that I can funnel money into that I can then,
Okay.
if I need to.
Or you can give it all to the Church of Scientology. We can convince these guys they're all vampires.
Even
Good
I
thing
have
you're
my
not
limits.
here.
You just want to cause mayhem.
I just want to cause mayhem. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we, to split the ill-gotten gains. Between...
Oh,
Oh yeah.
our Primogens.
So what was it? His balance was.
It was
60,000?
originally
Like
60,000.
Okay.
So 30,000 between the three of us, 30,000 between our Primogens.
you talking about the fire guide?
No, the ones
So
that were
we each get
in the night that we woke up
$9,998
The ones on the left
and
and
89
the,
cents if we want to leave him with $6.66 in his account.
Naturally, we
that blew
do.
up the Havens.
That is too beautiful not to.
Thank you all for humoring me. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay.
So the men that you saw who actually took him out, I mean, we don't really know who they are, but any chance we can leave any kind of evidence that would point them in a certain direction? Someone is going to find this body.
Well, my question is, can I use the information that we have so far? Can I use illuminate the trail of prey here?
What does that do?
Oh.
It'll show a path to the person I want to find for, like, one of these guys that was here and shot this old dude and took a bunch of guns from his house.
Oh, so it like creates a trail? Yeah.
Can you help me with the... I should have written down more information about this
Is this a
spell.
ritual?
It is a ritual.
Okay, here. Do you have a page number?
Yeah, I've got a book now, so
okay.
that should help.
So while you're looking that up, I'm going to switch over to Griffith Park.
Okay.
So you are at Griffith Park,
So
and there's a big. You basically drive around, or you can probably drive.
we
through
could
there.
park to the merry-go-round and we can walk to where we need to go.
Sure, if you want. And there's a big burn spot, just off a turn on the those roads at the
The fire service roads.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my dog. He's a retainer. Part of an animalism thing.
Okay.
But he's a bloodhound. So
Oh, good. Okay.
figure he might be useful for
Bless
this.
you.
Thank you.
And do we
Or
hear
curse you, perhaps.
Do we hear that noise at all? The screaming noise?
Way in the distance, yes.
Do you hear that? That's the same sound.
Let's try to make our way to that direction then.
Well, yes.
I'm going to try to see if I can find any creatures I can speak to see if they've seen or know anything about that noise.
Okay.
So I want to sort of look around, and sort of spiraling out from where this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really have anything. I don't have investigate or anything.
You probably have awareness.
I have lots of awareness.
Awareness and wits.
I don't even have lots of awareness.
How do you talk to your animals?
Animal chem plus animalism. I make a roll, I think. It's on page Feral Whispers 245.
246, 5.
Feral Whispers.
Feral Whispers. One rouse check per type of animal chosen for the scene. Allows one summoning an unlimited communication, free when used on a famulus. Famulus?
Yeah, that's my dog.
Famulus.
That's my famulus.
Famulus. So, manipulation plus animalism or charisma and animalism. I'm assuming you're going to use manipulation.
Mm-hmm. Animalism, my one hunger die, and I need to make a
Simple
rouse check first, right?
Yeah, you have to make a rouse check. Simple communication requires no dice pool check. Persuading an animal to perform a service requires manipulation plus animalism. The difficulty depends on the task required. Summoning animals uses charisma plus animalism. Difficulty depends on the scarcity of the animal summoned. The number of animals summoned depend on the margins of the test. Critical win summons most, if not all, of the animals of this type in the area.
All right, I got a 6 on my rouse check.
Okay.
I am looking for animals that actually pay attention to what humans do. So
Coyotes. Okay. And there's a lot of them there. So charisma plus animalism.
All right. Two successes.
Okay. That would bring a couple coyotes. Or, probably a coyote and a pup.
Right. And I go, hello, Mama. Do you hear that scream?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where it comes from? Or what it is?
It is like you.
It is like us. Me as in dead or a living one of me. Oh, it looks like it's a kindred that this noise is coming from.
Probably a horribly burned one, don't you think?
Do you think you might be able to lead us in that direction? Please do. There's a treat for you. All right.
Would you do it for one Scooby snack?
Do anything for one Scooby snack.
So you spiral around.
I was basically... Okay, I want to take a moment here. I'm going to assume, I'm going into the assumption that it was one of these tracer bullets that hit his gas tank, or more than one. So I'm doing a quick surveillance using, I guess, maybe firearms as a skill set to figure out where somebody would be best, we get the best shot at this car, assuming from the trees, not in the middle of the parking lot.
Right.
Well,
you're kind of in the you're a ways into the park, so I mean, it would be either from a treetop or from a peak or something. But go ahead and make a what is it?
Firearms.
Firearms plus
wits or intelligence?
Yeah, I'd say wits.
Wits is 2. Firearms is 2.
And don't forget to replace those dice with hunger dice.
I only have 1 hunger.
You got a hunger die there?
I do have a hunger die. You'll see.
Oh, snaps.
No, those are successes.
Yeah, but is it a 10 because it's got 2
Yeah.
little dippies on there?
That's yes.
Oh.
Is that a bad thing? Look at Stu laughing.
Well, it's
One is bad if you roll no successes. A 10 is bad if you roll some
Let's go to...
So it's worth 4 successes.
A critical success with 1 hunger dice showing. So a critical success. I don't remember what it's.
So I got 2 successes and then a critical success.
A 10 equals 2. So it's 2 10s. So we don't have 2 10s.
No.
We've only got regular successes. So this is not a messy critical.
It's not? Critical success with 1 hunger dice showing on a 10.
But it's not a critical success.
Oh, I see.
You need 2 10s,
10s.
for it to be a critical success.
Oh,
Okay.
I got screwed then. Because I just rolled a 10 on my hunger die. That's all I did, and get a critical.
Oh, did it really? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Did you have another 10?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But that's fine. I mean, it all worked out, so it's all good.
Oh, I see.
So according to this little chart thing, it counts as just a success unless it's success with a potential critical win. Each pair of those is worth 4. So if 2 of those showed up,
Yes, if one of the other dice showed a 10, then it would be...
so those are 3 successes.
Yes, that is 3 successes. So you basically go up and find a spot where you think if you had to go, if you were going to shoot at a passing truck, where you would probably be, and you find a shell casing.
Only one?
Only one.
Oh, I'll get mine.
It's stepped on. It's kind of partially buried.
I'll get my tissue and or
Okay.
a hanger, or maybe just do this. Put it up and put it in my
I
pocket.
always carry a hanky.
Because I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'll just
Okay.
use one of those and
All right.
I'll stick it in my pocket.
Okay.
Come out after he's done talking to the dogs.
Right. And he's got the dogs, and the dogs are leading him off in a direction.
It's taking us to where the sound's coming from.
If the fire chief had somebody with him who may have or may not have survived, it might explain why he was shot at.
Or the fire chief himself knew something about the investigation as to the course of the fires, and these people want to keep this hush-hush, and therefore he was eliminated, which is my current theory.
I suspect whoever, if you say it's a kindred and is speaking like this, is in great pain.
Oh, I can probably... Yeah, it's either that or it's lost himself completely to the beast. Which may be dangerous for us, so let's tread lightly.
Okay. So it leads you along a windy path, and you go up the big steep incline, and then around this thing, and then down the other side, and a couple switchbacks, and then you and now you can hear it. It's close, and the coyote sort of indicates that way.
I take out a pack of jerky, and I split it between the coyote and its pup.
Okay.
I give it a couple of pats. Says thank you for your help. Jerky. Okay. So I guess we're gonna try to. Well, I'm going to Cloak of Shadows myself,
Okay.
and that is on page 261. Do I need to make a roll? I know it doesn't. It doesn't require a
Cloak
round
of
check.
Shadows is free. System. Follow the general rules for obfuscate. The effect lasts until the user moves, and they're so that's when you want to. You're still.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I want to get advantage to see what it was, and then I want to pop it.
Okay.
Okay. So we look around to see if we actually get a visual on what's making this noise.
Okay. You see a figure. There's sort of like a clearing on the side of this hill, and you see there is a figure that is staked out. Not like in the chest, like.
Oh, waiting for the sunrise. Does it look like out of control, or does it look just like it's?
Yes, it looks incredibly out of control. It's a male. You don't recognize him, but he looks like he's driven to the point of, like, total hunger.
And we're in the middle of nowhere right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does staking do final death, or just put you in the torpor in the system?
But right now he's staked like
He's staked to the ground, like wrists
like
and
a Jesus
ankles.
stake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for the sunrise?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little early to be doing this. We need to save him.
I think, but he is lost the beast. I say we stake him, put him in torpor, carry him out of here.
We need to figure out a way to feed him, though, quickly. Even if we stake him, we still.
Well, when we wake him, we'd be in a far better position to provide him with food. Right now, there's very little resource.
Let's take a look around, sir, to make sure that he's not just bait.
Agreed. Sounds like a smart idea. Let's take a look around.
Okay. All right. So you guys want to?
I asked my dog to see, do you pick up any other vampire or humanoid scents fresh around here?
Let's see, it's a dog.
It's a bloodhound.
Oh, it's a bloodhound. Let's say it's got like a. It's a bloodhound.
Of course, it's
Six
blood.
die-
Why wouldn't it be a bloodhound?
A 6-die pool.
I get
Yeah.
it.
No, I did all kinds of research. I'm like, no, just go with the bloodhound. It's obvious.
Ooh, that's a lot of success.
That's critical success. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. No.
Okay.
Place is clear.
We're alone. He is fairly, actually, absolutely certain.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll do this.
Okay.
So, I have brawl, and I have melee improvised. Does a stake work as a?
He's staked down so tight you don't even need to make a roll.
Okay.
Right.
You got a stake?
I'll just pull up one of the ones from his feet. You say he's staked down, so hold
I'm
his
like,
foot
"No,
down and
just let me just grab a stick. We're in the woods.
That might make
much
it. That's
wood.
going to make him less securely.
I'm just saying, there's plenty of material. Can I just fashion simply?
Sure.
As, yeah.
Like, you're so in the woods, right?
Yeah.
The middle of the woods.
Unless you want to roll, which I'm always down for.
no, I don't want to work.
Okay.
You know
Here's a
me.
stick. There you go.
All right.
No, I'm trying to make Stork not after that.
Then in that which case, if we've got time, I'll just center it over his heart and lean really slowly into it. Yeah,
Right.
one of those. So I don't
Saving
have to do
Private
anything.
Ryan.
So you're $1 million babying him.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. And he stops squelching,
Squealing.
However you want to describe it.
squelching,
Squealting. Like that.
squelching. Yeah. He's basically frozen at this point. He's in torpor.
All right. Pack him. Collect him.
I don't think it's technically torpor. I think they're just like completely immobilized.
Yeah, they are.
At least that was.
There's a
20
flaw, a specific flaw you take that it will kill you.
Yeah, there's.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Which is why I asked is
There's also an advantage you can take where it doesn't do anything to you.
yeah.
Ooh, like your heart's not in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've got him torpored, and you're gonna haul him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just toss him
mean-
over my shoulder.
Got it.
Brand.
Okay.
I can't.
So
not.
back to
Suburbia?
your ritual.
I have to know the face of the person. So.
Oh.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
man.
that is a no-go so far.
Okay.
Because they were wearing masks, yes? In my. Or no?
You just never saw their faces.
Okay.
Though I suppose technically I could use it on the guy from the video.
Mm-hmm. No, but
But I would probably want to start at E002 just to make it easier.
Yeah.
right.
Probably not from here, yeah. That
Okay.
makes sense.
I'm not there. I'm not there.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, like, we could follow back, like, the. Well, I couldn't follow Erwin because I know where he is,
Right.
and it would lead me to the living room.
Mm-hmm.
That's a waste.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could search the house for, like, any other evidence of, like, who he was working with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, any, like, sort of
Check the phone and see if he has any
paper
pictures
trail.
of people.
You're not there.
I keep trying to bite my tongue and
I'm
then I
saying
forget.
too. You don't do that.
So, how many other bedrooms are there in the house?
It's probably got 4 bedrooms.
Do any of them look lived in?
Yeah. The master bedroom.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Does it look
I meant-
like-
In addition to the
In addition to the master bedroom, does
No.
it look like there was anybody else living in the house with him? Basically,
No.
that's what I'm looking at.
one of them is like filled with fishing trophies, and
So all his fishing trophies and all his fishing photos are by himself.
oh, he's got friends. Oh, other
Basically,
old
I
people.
want to know if any of these other old people are the old dude I saw with the high-waisted
Oh,
pants.
okay, all right.
Oh.
Yeah, there's probably one of the photos, probably a hunting photo,
Great.
where you see the two of them. They bagged an elk or a deer or something.
Great.
Big
So
thing with
they.
horns.
Wow,
But they
I
look-
guess
but
it's
they
a
look
small
younger.
enough pool. These people knew each other.
That checks out.
I'm gonna look through his phone
Mm-hmm. I do have the phone. Yeah.
and see if any of his contacts come up with a photo of like that dude.
Okay.
Because you know how like your phone nowadays like connects to your social media accounts if you have them all like together.
Right.
It's probably a selfie from, like, this angle of that guy.
Yeah.
It's basically like no self.
Totally is.
Now that you're checking the phone, I'm going to ask a question, even though I'm not there. Does he have a Ring doorbell?
No. No, I specified which one of these guys had a ring doorbell. This one didn't.
Not this
Okay.
Modern times, man.
So that was the Euroguns guy, right? His name is Carter Turner, and he lives in Alhambra.
Just down the road.
That answers that question.
Maybe we should pay him a visit.
Alhambra is south of South Pasadena.
I know where that is because that's where Grillamal is, which is the best. If you've never been there,
No.
it's a metal-themed burger joint. Their burgers are amazing.
Really?
Their fries are fried in duck fat.
Oh, man.
Go there soon.
Oh,
I haven't been
duck
there in a
fat.
long time, but it's delicious.
It's called Gorilla what?
Grill 'em all.
Grill 'em all.
Okay.
Like Kill 'em all, Metallica.
Yeah.
All of their burgers are metal themed. It's very good.
I appreciate
Highly
this
recommend.
so much. What was the dude's name again?
Carl Turner.
Oh,
Oh, no, sorry.
Carter Turner. That's what I
Carter
had
Turner.
wrote down.
Carter Turner. He's got 2 last names.
And is there in the contacts is his address saved?
Yeah. Number,
Good.
street, Alhambra, California.
Lovely.
Well, we can check up on another of these
Maybe this one.
poor unfortunate souls.
Maybe this one will be more lively.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
I mean, if we had any to hold.
Not that we need to.
Sorry, Canada.
Great. So we so I have that, and we have the tape and the funds.
Do we want to just leave this body for the authorities to find?
Well, if we leave the body for the authorities to find, they're going to start investigating, which is they're going to start investigating where the money went, which is going to lead them to us.
They might muck up our investigation, too.
Right.
I mean, they are incompetent.
There has been a
Buffoons.
large amount of arson recently.
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Fucking role-playing game party. Man.
I was gonna say.
I mean, but he does have dogs. We could just.
I have an important question. How do you feel about dog fur in your car? If we use some of the ill-gotten gains to get it detailed.
If you use some of your ill-gotten gains, get it detailed, I will...
I will have your car detailed if you will let me rescue these dogs.
That is fine. I was fine just letting them roam free. I mean, dogs are meant to roam free, aren't they?
I mean, I was just gonna feed him to the dogs.
No, they're fully domestic.
No, we're going to burn down the house and
I
then...
mean, cats will eat you.
That's cats. Cats don't have souls. Dogs have souls.
That's why
won't
I
eat
respect them.
They will eat their owners. Well, they might get super, super desperate.
If they get hungry enough, yes.
But then it's technically carrion at that point, and I don't know if they'll eat carrion.
Exactly. But we can just burn down the house to get rid of the evidence and take the dogs, and I can give them to my congregation. Could use a couple of good hellhounds.
There's a new headline for your
Fine.
newspaper. Dog,
Y'all
dog
can deal with the
kidnapping
fire.
Induces
I'll be in the car.
arson.
I mean, if suddenly you're gonna be besties with the flames of hell, that's on you.
I mean, it's sort of my calling.
I'm going to the car
Well,
with
we
the
don't have
puppers.
to actually light it on fire. We just put it in place to light on fire.
Yeah, you just, a little bit of accelerant,
Turn on the gas
a
oven.
few too many candles.
Put a can of Pam in the microwave. Walk away. You're good.
Yeah,
Good to
no,
go.
I'm not taking any chances with this beautiful skin.
Okay.
I'm absolutely fine with this plan.
Okay, so we're going to steal his dogs and burn down his house.
Okay.
Save his dogs, they would go to the shelter.
It's a
Hey,
rescue.
yes, rescue.
Right. Okay.
We're
They're-
doing good.
They're Chesapeake Bay Retrievers.
Sweet
Oh,
puppers.
wow.
Yeah.
Are they?
They're kind of a light brown.
Yeah, they're like
I'm
a light
googling it
brown.
now.
Not
Yeah,
quite
they're
not like a chocolate lab.
When I was a kid, my aunt and uncle had a Chesapeake Bay Retriever called Wilhelmina. She followed me up a slide one time, but then couldn't get down.
Oh, it's a real pretty dog.
Right? They're precious.
They're almost spaniely.
And their names are Boris and Natasha.
I
Yes.
love them immediately. They're gonna patrol my haunted cathedral forever. Okay.
Okay. I looked up what's the best.
If either of you pee in this car, you're walking home. I'm talking to you.
I can't pee.
No, I'm talking. If they pee in this car, you're walking home.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair cop. Yeah.
Put the fear of Satan into them real quick. No peeing.
I mean, they would never. Look at the cute little eyes. They're obviously more intelligent than their owner.
Well, they're alive.
True.
Exactly.
So we're visiting this guy with 2 dogs in the car?
They'll be
Yeah.
good.
They'll be fine. We could let them out at the time to, like, go walkies.
I'm assuming he has a leash somewhere.
Oh yeah, they're right by the back door.
Yeah, perfect.
I really want to know how you set his house to get on fire.
Yeah, I like Jim's idea. Put Pam in the microwave and put the gas up and let nature take its course.
Oh yeah,
It's natural gas.
Just like all of the articles said, it's a natural
Yeah.
gas explosion.
Yeah.
Who could have foreseen this?
Okay.
Session 2, we're already lighting things on fire.
Yes!
All right. So then where are you going now?
Alhambra.
Oh, okay. And you guys.
Then we're going to MBZ Auto Repair.
Okay.
This is the guy in the trunk.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna roll him up in a rug?
No, just put him in my very spacious trunk in my very spacious car.
Is
you
your
using the
ghoul driving
Escalade?
you around?
Probably not. I'm probably in a sedan.
Okay. All right.
Sedan.
Another Cadillac, of course.
Right. Okay.
You know what? Just can you drop me off at the church, and I'll see what I can do to bring this guy around.
Sure. You can do that. I'll drop him off and I'll do the meet myself. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna call my herd and let them. And,
Okay.
And have them gather, and I'm gonna take like a pint of blood from each of them and put it in a blood bag.
Okay. You feed him and then eventually unstake him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unstake him while you're alone.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna IV him and wait till they get back.
Okay.
But all that stuff will take time, so that's what I'm doing while all this is happening.
Got it. Okay. So we'll start with the Alhambra location.
Okay.
Typical ranch style home again, smaller. This one's probably only about 1,100 square feet, yellow and white. There's a pickup truck in the driveway. You recognize the pickup truck from the security footage. The lights are not on. But
Well,
porch,
I mean, it's
porch
what,
light.
11 by now?
Yeah.
So, like, old people are asleep.
Right.
I'm gonna go knock on his door.
Okay. All right.
Her general appearance is like sort of prim and proper, like black and white, severe outfit. Like looks like an off-duty nun.
Okay.
What's your plan of attack here?
Just gonna have a little word with the gentleman,
Assuming he's alive.
assuming he's alive, and if not, search around the house.
Alright, I'll go with you. I'm gonna get the invitation anyway, might as well make it all in one go.
I mean, we might as well all go.
But who's watching the dogs?
I did not volunteer for any.
Listen, they're very well behaved.
You're paying for the detailing, you're paying for the detailing,
I will
you're
pay
paying
for
for
the
the detailing. Okay, alright.
All right. You knock on the door. There is no answer.
Right place down.
Set it on fire. No. Is
Not
there-
yet.
Yeah. Is it like a fence situation? Can we get in the backyard?
Well, it's probably it's a fence with a little thing you got to reach over and click.
Oh, easy enough. Let's go around
No
the
one
back.
puts locks on
Go
those.
around the back way.
Okay.
Oh,
See if
damn, I
there's,
didn't
like-
take larceny.
Yeah, neither did I.
Okay.
It's the back door situation.
Sliding glass door.
Did?
Everyone chill. Phrasing.
And it's the curtain's a little parted, and you can see someone laying on the floor.
Oh, okay. Probable cause.
Yep. Oh no, someone needs our help.
Good Samaritan law.
Well, what if we to find out if they're dead? Can I get in?
Do you have larceny?
I don't think so. Nope. I have brawl though.
I mean, I'm just saying I could pick up a rock from the backyard
Yeah, I
and,
can
like,
punch
throw it
this
through
door
the...
in the face.
Or we could use a rock. I'm taking a rock and I'm throwing it through the door.
That's gonna be noisy.
Your fist would not be any less noisy.
Don't know that. I have stealth.
She makes a good point.
I'm going to stealthily throw the rock through the window.
It's just the way you said it. Well, I have stealth. I will stealth.
Show me the
I'm
rock's
just
character
saying,
sheet, because the rock
as-
have stealth.
I have stealth. I have stealth.
It adds potence to my soak because my muscles will just reject the bullets.
God, that's funny.
Actually, I had somebody ask me as a GM to do that in Vampire. Just bounce the bullets off my super strong muscles. No.
Okay, before I throw the rock through the door,
Is it open?
is
Is
it
the door
open?
open?
It's unlocked.
Oh.
I'm just gonna slide it open.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Am I able to get in no problem?
You walk right in.
Well, they're dead.
Oh yeah, he's probably very dead. Let's see how dead this guy is.
Let's see if this guy has $60,000.
We can get so rich in this episode.
It's
Fuck detail, I'm getting a new car.
You get a new car. Sorry, I'm obviously having like a.
Dead guys are our Oprah. You get a car. You get a
Look
car.
under your
you
seat. It's
get
a dead guy
car.
in a new car.
It's like The Price is Right.
You got 2 puncture wounds
Oh.
by his carotid artery,
Sloppy.
and he also has 2 puncture wounds by his, what is this? No, wait, wrong guy.
Oh.
Hold on, no, right guy, no.
Wait.
Give me a minute.
We're looking for Carter Turner.
Okay, got him. 2 puncture wounds to the left carotid artery, and 2 puncture wounds to the right brachial artery, which is the inside of the elbow artery.
Do
The flow, and the rug. There's like an area rug on a hardwood floor. It's soaked in.
That
Does
rock
the
really tied the
puncture
room
wound-
together.
Nice.
What was that? Brachial?
The brachial.
do they match, or do they look like these ones are further apart than these ones? Or
They're not quite the same.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna pull up the footage and see if because was he wearing a long sleeve shirt when he went and paid for this stuff?
Yes. Yeah, he's
Never
wearing
mind.
a plaid button-up shirt.
Yeah, but that doesn't say that
Long
it's a
sleeves.
long sleeve
Yeah,
shirt.
long sleeves.
Okay.
It's not summer.
It could be like Larry the Cable Guy and rip the sleeves off.
But right now he's just wearing like a white t-shirt.
He's more like Wayne.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was just whether it would tell me if he had been bitten already before he
Turtleneck,
went
really?
and bought the stuff.
There's a lot of heat in the neck.
Oh, well, this is much more interesting.
yeah, I mean, look at the distance between these two and these two. This was too different.
All right. Well, clearly, whoever's working with these military men are one of us.
Oh, well, we
Or
knew
two
that
of us.
already. And it's at least 2 of us. Unless someone can...
Move your teeth around your mouth? No.
Yes.
Gross.
How far are we from the Atriarch border?
Oh,
The
you're
Anarchy?
You're in Anarchy. You're in Alhambra. You're quite a ways away.
Okay.
And
Your domain is much closer to it.
That's what I thought, but I just wasn't sure if it was like on the.
Is this the
cusp.
guy with the ring doorbell?
Yes.
Phone?
Show me that beautiful bean footage.
Give me that phone.
Make an awareness plus wits.
Okay.
Also, is there a still thing with aura reading where you can pick up somebody that's been fed on and you can tell stuff? I remember that being part of
There is an aura ability in Auspex. I don't have it.
Okay.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. You find
No, 3 successes. Man, this 6 being a success thing is killing me.
you find underneath U.S. News and World Report magazine. You find his cell phone.
Cool. I'm gonna get in his phone.
Okay. As soon as you open it, the first thing that you notice is the app that's up is an audio recording app.
All right. Well, this is 2 for 2. Maybe we might want to take some time to listen to the recording. How long is the recording?
I don't. Whatever the maximum would be.
Okay.
Probably an hour. I would guess. I don't know.
Oh. We should have a look around and then
Give a listen.
give a listen in a more secure location, I think.
At the very least, we should get back in the car. I mean, the dogs need company.
Sure. Sweet puppers.
Yes, the sweet puppers.
But I also want to check, like, beforehand to see if his Ring doorbell had
Okay.
recorded anything. Interesting.
You go to the app, and it's got like it shows the events, and you go through the most recent events. But the most recent one is like Sunday at like 11, and it's a car driving by. So you go, there is, if there was a on the if someone made it go away.
Stupid saving to the cloud.
Just like to have a look around his house, like for, I don't know, his office, any sort of like paperwork, suspicious mail,
Gun safes.
Piles of money.
piles of money, note to self.
He's got
Any more routing numbers?
he also has an office. He's got gun racks where they have the loop locks that go through them, to hold them into place. But he's also got a couple gun safes. He doesn't have. It doesn't look like he has a desktop computer or a laptop. Not that you can see. But I mean, there's stuff in his desk. There's like a checking account ledger and things like that.
Is there an excessive amount of empty sockets on like a surge protector where someone might have taken his electronics, his computers, and
Good question.
Yeah, there is a strip that is like has like a lamp plugged into it.
okay. Well, whoever got here before us was smart enough to at least take the technology.
Is there dust around the edge of the plugs like there were plugs in there, but they've been taken out? I'm not there. What am I doing? Stop me, Stork. Help me.
Stork is watching some video on the
No,
internet
actually,
right now.
I'm. You know, there's a bunch of links attached to this newspaper, so I'm following all the links.
Oh, okay.
I do want to take that financial account information.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Does he have a banking app on his phone? He has
Yes.
a Ring camera, so he
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
a little bit more savvy
Facial
than the other old man.
recognition or a thumbprint,
I mean, I'm already in the phone.
but you have to get into the banking app. The banking app might be a thumbprint issue.
Yeah, it asks you for it gives you a little thumbprint thing,
So we put his thumb on it.
and you're in the app.
Great.
How much does he have?
He has like 26,000.
Oh.
His account. Oh, that's it.
It's going to be
It'll
much
be
less
fine.
suspicious if we divide it 6 ways.
I mean, at that point, we don't even have to divide it 6 ways. Like, are they really going to miss $500? Less than $500? We could put in a token $1,000 to the fund, and then split the rest 3 ways.
Are there any strange deposits around the same time as the deposit that happened on Erwin Jensen's account?
Colin has his actual eyes on
on
the
that
prize.
Saturday. Yes, there's another one in there for about $9,800.
About the same time?
Like early in the morning. Same day though.
Is the number the same? Like because the deposit from was like a string of numbers.
Yes.
It's the same. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So it's a matching deposit. Well, really, we're just reappropriating the Inquisition's funds for fighting against them.
Exactly. We are doing our cause, our part for the war.
So make note of that number again, and then reappropriate said funds.
If someone else wants to do this math,
It was what? You said 2,800 or 28,000?
28,000.
28,000.
Nope.
I'll do because that's half of what we had before, basically. So let's say instead of 6,000, we send 3,000 we send 3,000 of this to the. Let's just do this one straight to the prince.
Oh.
Or to the council, whatever the council's
Front
account
council?
is. Yeah. As opposed to our individual private jets, which is where I sent the other one before.
Well, yeah.
Or their shell companies. I know how to get ahead.
I'm not opposed to this idea.
I think it's a good plan.
Nice gesture.
We are doing our part for the war effort.
Yeah.
You're buying bonds for the
If
war.
we send them a nice
more bonds,
round $27,778, we will leave this guy with $666.
Yes, but we don't want to send them all of it because then that'll get flagged.
True.
Because from what you told me before, it has to be less than $10,000.
Then we can send them
I just love that you're
$9,259.33.
basically creating a criminal money trail to our primogens. It's hilarious.
I mean, if upheaval was to happen,
I'm just saying.
also, I did ask specifically if I knew of shell organizations to send this to.
Yeah.
So it's not like I didn't think about it.
Just sending it to the dry cleaner before it gets to them.
Exactly.
Exactly. Cleaner being the operative word here.
Yeah.
So,
Times.
Well, whoever's taking care of these bodies is being very thorough.
I mean, I would say that probably everyone who, if this is a trend, then everyone who bought the guns is dead. And, then...
They're neatly eradicating their paper trail.
And their electronic trail. This doorbell should have had some information on it.
It should have. It is very interesting that this person was killed by Kindred, because that lends Felix's theory that there's a mole.
Well,
Or two.
I mean, we
Great.
all agreed with that already.
Yes.
Because,
They had to get the information somewhere. I still think it's someone who was cast out in the recent regime change.
Fair enough. Or at least someone that's in disfavor now.
I mean, it
So
could be any
many.
number of people. That's the problem. If we could just get... We need to trace down what this account has to tell us.
We do. And we need to have somewhere safe so we can listen to these recordings.
True.
I mean, that recording, that's on the phone, right?
There's one on the phone, and there's
On the
one
phone.
on, a micro tape
Right.
recorder.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure my car has an aux cable.
Yeah, so we just don't want to be here.
No, but we can do
Right.
it on the road
We can
back
do it on the
to
move.
the church.
Perfect.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, wait, what did we do with the rest of the money? Should we give some to Felix and Floyd?
Well,
they're
Floyd
busy-
seems like he could have some money.
Floyd would waste it on becoming embraced again.
It's like a second wedding.
re-embracing himself. It does,
I mean, even he must know that's not a thing.
if we send a third to the primogens, then there's 18,000 left over, which nicely divides into 3.
That's very true.
True.
It's another beautiful 9,000 each. Yeah?
6,172.
Yeah.
6,000.
Whatever, you bring me 10
88
grand, I'm
cents.
like, put it in the pile in the corner.
Yeah, you have plenty.
Yeah, you're fine.
And I'm just gonna say, our shell accounts.
I thought I was the rich one with fucking resources 3. Like, oh no.
Hey, what do you have, resources 5 or some shit? Yes.
That's why he finds this so cute.
That's like billionaire level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have resources 1. This is fine.
I have resources nothing. So, I live in, an abandoned warehouse. Just saying.
You're as bad as me then.
No.
All right.
No.
Because I took the no haven flaw and you didn't. That's the only difference.
I mean, I have an actual haven.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's wealth in and of itself.
Yeah.
So, are we gonna burn down this house, or?
I mean,
You put the chickens to close as vegetables, or
Y'all have fun.
Turn that, or
I'm gonna take the dogs for a walk.
might as well make it look like a cereal thing.
We got some choring to do.
Pitter patter.
more hands make the less work.
okay.
Well, not to mention, we are doing our job preserving the masquerade.
Exactly.
And if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
Or you work every fucking day of your life and it ruins you.
Okay, so you take the dogs, and they were holding it, by the way.
Good.
Like, as soon as you get them out of the car, they're like going.
So important to know this.
Good dogs.
It is. I was waiting. I was mentally timing in my head how long these dogs were locked in this nice car.
They ruin these leather seats.
You clearly never
You can't
watched
get piss
Fenris.
smell out of them.
I know.
Doesn't matter what you do, you can't get piss smell out of them. All right, so you can do the same thing with the canisters of...
Yeah.
Cooking oil
We'll
or
find some
something.
kind of aerosol can and put it in the microwave and turn up the gas and...
Okay.
I mean, worst comes to worst, I'm sure he has CD somewhere. He's old.
They'll work well in the microwave.
Oh, that hurt.
It's a couple of AOL installation discs just
Right.
lying around.
Okay.
Those are on floppy. It doesn't count.
No, some of them are actual CD-ROM.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on the way back to the church, I'm going to plug Carter's phone into my aux cable on my car.
Okay.
So we listen to the recording on our way back to the church.
Okay. All right. So Carter's. Mm-hmm. All right. So you hear a scuffling noise, and then you hear, "I'm coming, hold your horses." Should I make him like it's like seriously old, like, or should I make him like just kind of old?
I mean, make it, like, don't listen to me in terms of what is old. Like,
Stu, you and I are quickly approaching seriously old, so maybe let's not.
Okay. All right.
like
That's a little too close.
Yeah.
Where's that
He's
next card?
really old. He's like 60. Oh, shut up.
Oh, shit.
Right. I can see 60 from here. All right. So, hold your horses and come in the door. All right. And then you hear the door open. He says, "Hey, fellas, what are you doing here?" And the voice says, "We wanted to see if we could take a look at the guns." And the old man says, "Well, sure, you can look at them, but you got to wait 10 days. State law and all." I know. We just want to see the merchandise." "Well, come on in. You want water or beer? Something stronger?" And the voice, the other voice, the unknown person says, "Good southern gentleman like yourself probably has some bourbon around, don't you?" Carter said, "Yeah. I got a bottle of Gentleman Jack I ain't opened yet. How's that sound?"
sounds
Ooh.
cheap.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. He said, I'll go get some glasses, unless you want me to bring the bottle, blah, blah, blah. So you can hear him clanking in the kitchen, and then, "Here you go," and then you hear, like, a squinch, and then a gurgling noise.
Oh, was Carter stabbed as opposed to shot in the head? I just assumed he was shot in the head.
No,
No,
This
he
is
was
Carter.
Noms.
This is Carter.
Carter. He was aided.
Oh yes, sorry. Oh, I'm crazy.
This is Carter. This is
My
this is
bad.
the cell phone, not the tape recorder. And then you hear that other mysterious voice say, "Raceway, watch the door," and you hear some walk away.
Braceway, watch the door.
Mm-hmm. Was she whining?
She's been whining.
Yeah, she's been whining.
Okay.
Does Braceway ring any bells
No.
with my politics or status? No?
No. Let me let her in the house. Kids want to walk around.
Oh,
Oh, poor girl. Well, we have personalities. We have a name.
we do.
I'm just saying, what's to stop somebody just finding something to plug home some holes on the jugular and fake a vampire attack, especially if they know how we operate? Well, I'm talking in meta right now because nobody's there.
Yeah.
We're not technically playing right now.
Oh.
Possible, I suppose.
But the fact that they were slightly different. They brought two different, like, skewering forks.
Or they just went bleep bleep with an ice pick.
If you're going to go all meta, there was an awful lot of blood for somebody that's been drained of blood.
Yeah.
Maybe they're messy eaters.
And they went to kill, not necessarily feed.
And who would... Vampires don't kill by draining their blood. They usually tear them apart. If you're going to feed on somebody you feed them to death, you turn them.
Not necessarily.
No,
Especially when you have all that blood over. Well, whatever.
See, this
We're
is
not
my
there.
last victim. There's really
Me
hardly
and I
anything
aren't
left
there.
Yeah, pretty empty did.
So we don't recognize either of the voices on the recording?
No.
Okay.
But one of them
Is
is
there a
definitely old.
timestamp on the recording? Like when the recording started?
There actually should be. If
Yeah,
you look at the file.
Sunday at like 10:45 a.m.
Oh. Well then.
10:45 a.m.
Doesn't make any sense.
Who would be up and about at that age? At that time of
Either
day?
someone very old or very young.
Or very human.
Or very human.
Well, the ring was at 11 a.m. I have noted. The last ring activity was 11 a.m.
Yeah, but it was a car driving by. It wasn't like somebody
Yeah,
came
but
in.
we just found out that this guy, the recording happened at 10:45.
Started at 10:45 a.m.
Oh.
So I'm just trying to create a timeline.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Curious.
Alright. So,
So it may have been
less
that
than like it's us. Or one of us. But made to look like one of us.
We have a name to go by, and then that car that drove by a little bit later is related. We could look into that too.
So it may be. So it sounds like this was two humans rather than.
Well, the time frame makes it seem at least that way. Like I said, it could be either someone very old or very young.
A thin blood, but like a thin blood
Is your mic
of.
Muted or not?
What?
No, it's not. But I don't have my mic on.
Oh, that'll.
That'll do it.
Oops. A thin blood, maybe, but a thin blood would not have killed someone by feeding on them.
Unless they were trying to make it look like.
But
Kindred
even
attack.
then, I mean, that's a stretch.
It is. Oh, maybe we should listen to the other one.
Yes,
See
for
if
sure.
there's any
They
similarities.
might be the same voices.
True.
Yeah, well, just.
Let's pop on that other recorder from Mr. Jensen's
There's
house.
more. Do you want to hear the rest of it?
Oh,
Oh, yeah!
There's more? I can't wait to hear.
Let's see. So then the first voice tells someone else, stab him in the arm too.
Oh, yeah.
And there's some. Let's see. And then you hear a different voice say, "Sorry, Gramps, it's got to be this way." And you can kind of hear the old man struggling. You can hear like you can hear his dying sounds. And then the first voice says, "Oh, shut the fuck up. You think your voice is the last thing he wants to hear?" And the other voice says, "Well, sure the fuck isn't your voice. He's a fucking veteran, for Christ's sake." It's almost over, Pops. All right, sweep the place. You know the drill. We good, Raceway? We're good.
Wait, is it Braceway or
Raceway.
Oh, Raceway.
Raceway.
Wow.
There are two male voices that we
Three.
heard?
There's three distinct
Okay.
male voices. And then you hear the other voice. Then you hear the other voice say, the one inside, "We're clear. Gather them up and let's go." And then you hear a bunch of rustling noises and stuff, probably for about 3 or 4 minutes. Then you hear a car start out in front.
3 or 4 minutes. Time to talk. That puts us about the same time as the car driving away.
I know, we embrace every gun dealer in LA.
Yeah. Did the Ring camera show any
Does the footage on the Ring camera show a plate?
plate? Yes.
Oh, it's a car like driving like across. So no.
Make and model?
Yeah, it's probably like a Ford sedan mobile.
Yes.
I don't know any.
2017 Ford Zenmobile.
Yes, I know it well. They only made it for
I
that
mean,
one
at least
year.
make it like a.
Ford Taurus? Is Taurus the sedan?
Yeah.
I think the Taurus is the
that's
sedan.
what that-
Yeah.
it is.
Just make it
sedan.
a Ford Taurus. It's fine.
Ford Taurus mobile, and it's and it's beige.
Oh god, even an ugly color.
Champagne.
Fill your
No,
Bitch.
not a
Bitch,
Taurus.
you beige.
These guys don't know from Champagne.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's just beige under a
It's straight up
fancy
taupe.
name. Yeah.
It's taupe up.
It
Ugly.
is. Champagne is better than beige.
I agree.
Just because it's metallic in it.
Sparkly.
Yeah.
Got a wee bit
It's
of a
sparkly
blush
beige.
to it.
Right? You're offending my delicate sensitivities, Stork.
And Corinthian leather isn't really leather. Sorry.
Also not Corinthian.
Right?
Accurate. Okay.
And then it's just silence for
however long.
until it
ran out of memory or whatever.
right.
Yeah. I do want to see if these voices match the ones on the Jensen recording.
Pardon?
Or what about your vision?
Yeah.
Or my vision. Oh, yeah.
No, they do not.
Oh.
Well, you haven't listened to the
haven't
Jensen
listened
recording.
to the other
recording
recording.
But she had a revision that
Yes,
led us to
but-
Jensen.
Yeah, but they're not.
so-
That's not those voices.
Okay.
Different voices.
Can we listen to the thing?
Okay, and the other one, then you hear Jensen, presumably you hear a doorbell ring, and Jensen says, "I'm coming." The door opens, and then you hear the sound of a suppressed gunshot. And then you hear a voice, different voice, say, "Get the guns." And then someone else says, "Sarge, this is Fubar. Killing these guys? What's the fuck up with our supply line?" "It's Fubar. You know what you know when you work with the company, you get Fubar." The other voice says, "Fucking spooks." And the first voice says, "Fucking A. I don't think they were ready. We moved too fast for them." The other guy says, "You flag 'em, we tag 'em." "Fucking A, right we do." Another team is retrieving our supplies at India Whiskey. "Fuck, it's cold up there." "SCP, son." "SCP? Somebody else's problem." "We pick up at Hotel Mike. Now that the party started, they'll catch up, or they won't, and we'll be fucked." "Fucking A, we will. You want me to stick him like the others?" There's a long pause. "There's a bullet hole in his head, hotshot. What do you think?" "I don't know. Maybe they eat brains. They're vampires, not zombies, hotshot. Sort it out." "Do you think there are zombies too? Fuck. I thought vampires were scary." Vampires ain't scary. They kill easy. Now a zombie, having to score a headshot every time? You'd be dead, son. You put me on top of a building with my 107, I'll plink him like tin cans off my daddy's fence. But you're shit with the 45. But you gotta admit, I'm a freaking virtuoso with a 107. I've seen better. Ooh. And they're saying that as they walk out the door. These are the guys that you had the premonition about.
Okay.
So it was verbatim towards the end there.
Yeah.
Very good, Stu. Love it with your
nice.
pre. With
I
your-
wrote it all out.
Write a script, and then that's the way it goes.
I was actually going to record it. I didn't have time. That'd have to sound like two different people, or in one case, 4 different people.
What was the location they mentioned again?
Hotel Mike.
Hotel Mike, yeah.
And the
Okay.
India Whiskey, which
India Whiskey, that was one.
I think
Irwin
is
Williams.
Yep.
Right?
Or Irwin.
What is his last name? Irwin.
No, Irwin Jensen.
Irwin Jensen.
Jensen.
Oh.
Well, Irwin would be with an E, wouldn't it?
That
The
could be an
name?
I. Could be an I.
Oh, fancy. But the recording we were listening to was Irwin Jensen's.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
they
IW.
wouldn't have said, like, IW is a different location
Right.
As
IW
Irwin
was a
Jensen,
different
because-
location, yeah.
because they were at Irwin's. But we need to find the rest of these locations because they're trying to break the masquerade and pin the murder of the buyers on us.
Mm-hmm.
As what, some kind of retaliation?
Possibly, or just to throw us all off the trail.
To get
How-
us busy trying to protect the masquerade instead of hunting them down.
Or infighting.
Or infighting.
To say, oh, you must have known, to throw us off the scent of the real mole. We were ready to believe it with Carter before we heard the recording.
True.
However, I mean, these men to have... I'm interested in their history. That they were so distrustful.
That they were going to record every time they answered the door.
Well, and the voices on these recorders sound distinctly military and a little suspicious of their orders. Mentioned something about spooks.
We already knew that the Second Inquisition was a branch of the government full of misfits and idiots.
It does sound like there's a dissent in their ranks, at least in the foot soldiers. That might be something we can exploit.
I say we prepare this information, give it to either our prime agent or... I mean, we could give it to our elected sheriff.
I'm beginning to be on your side about this. Just on the side, just saying.
I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. Before we left either of those places, like, could... Actually, no, we have the dude's phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any of the other, like, groups of hunting or fishing buddies come up as, like, possible people who might have been gone back enough, like, that they would also be federal firearms holders? Like, that they came back from the military together?
Well, this would take you some time to do some research, but these two guys didn't serve together. They were in different branches. One was probably Navy and one was Marines, let's say. So, but they it looks like they probably belonged to some sort of organization of people who have federal firearms licenses.
Do they happen to have a Facebook group?
Something like a,
Yes.
like, yeah, I was about to say, like a hunting club.
Right. Old guys with FFLs. Private group. But you have their phones.
Just saying, I have not let these phones lock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Should probably just change the
Did
authentication.
anyone think of taking the thumb?
Well, no, we're already in. We're gonna change security to not have a thumb.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just add a second thumbprint.
Okay.
Easy.
Oh, I don't know if we have thumbprints anymore. Really.
Face.
Also, don't want
Face.
to add those.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm just
we'll just
gonna
get
add
rid of
like
it.
a.
Just change it to password.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna change it to a symbol. Like,
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, one of the
Oh.
swipe things.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a
A
call.
swipey swipe.
because I have a
think that is the
stylus that I
technical
use
term.
to like get through all these phones.
Good.
It's not exactly like super easy for me to operate machinery otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great. I mean, I'm driving, so I'm not. Well, fuck it, I don't care. Any recent posts in that Facebook group?
Yeah. In fact, one of them probably Erwin posted like a week.
I mean, like in the last 24 to 48 hours, or has it gone dead silent?
Well, it's Tuesday, and
They're old and retired.
they were
They were dead by Sunday.
done by Sunday.
But I mean, no, I mean, are there other people in the group aside from the two of them?
Yes. Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm trying to see if anybody else is posting. If anybody else is posted, that means they're still alive, or was it they took out the entire group?
Oh no. There's people. There's like, it's not old people with FFLs. It's like an FFL
Okay.
group, Southern California FFL or LA area FFL group. Or something
Okay.
like that. And they mostly it's people saying, yeah, I've got someone who wants to order this, but I got to get it from this store. Does someone else want to take this commission because I live here and that's too freaking far away.
Any
Things
private
like that.
Facebook messages?
Yes.
Okay.
These two, you see, these two have been talking to each other, and they're. One of them says, "Yeah, I got a big commission that looks a little fishy to me." So it's that sort of a conversation,
Okay.
and they're basically talking about we might want to record what's going on before.
And was anyone else in that group?
Yeah. Yeah, a guy named Terrence James. He thinks they're being paranoid.
Of course he does.
He's dead now, so it's fine.
Oh, poor dead Terrence.
Idiots deserve to die.
Scary Terry, no.
So which one was Terrence James?
We don't.
We don't know yet. We
Yes,
literally
he's
just
probably
found
already
out.
dead.
I
Call it a
just assume
hunch.
he's dead.
Has he post? Have we seen any posts of Terrence James in the Facebook group in the last 24
No.
hours? Okay,
Or 48.
right.
Yeah.
But is there an address for Terrence James?
Yeah.
Okay. We might want to stop by just to clear up any evidence in case he decided to fork anybody else.
There might be another recording that might be useful too. You never know.
Might be another bank account.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to switch to Jim. MBZ.
MBZ Auto.
There's
Is that you I keep hitting? Sorry.
a bunch of garages, a bunch of repair shops, and there's a sort of like a communal parking lot between them. It is, right?
It is
I haven't even
literally
seen the
a
place.
U
Yep.
of auto repair shops, each with their own like door and little tiny
totally
walk-in office,
Totally passed by that place.
Yep.
and like with roll-in gates that lock it off at night.
And it's your mechanic.
It's very weird playing in my own backyard.
I mean, it is
It is.
literally my fucking mechanic's shop, like next door. It's not actually
great,
my
though.
mechanic's shop, but I'm just saying, like, I was literally there 2 weeks ago when my car died on the way home from here. So
Okay.
somebody has the locked, like, info and, like, opens it up, and,
Right.
and like, the other side is locked, but one side is open.
The place is locked up, obviously.
Well, I was told that they would be in the parking area,
Yes.
so I will park in the parking area and turn off the lights.
Okay.
And I will walk out with my dog and have him sniff around like I stopped because the dog needed to pee.
Okay.
Because we all have these peppers now.
I have the peppers.
And what did I say? What did I say? He had a six die
Yeah, that's what you were.
sniffer.
No, just to be clear, Jim, you're a like Nosferatu with pointy ears and fangs and everything, and you're trying to
No,
walk
basically,
your dog like
my
you're
whole
a-
thing is that I have no nose, and the flesh around my jaw is pretty much has no skin. But we've had a lot of fires lately, so I'm wearing a mask.
Nice.
Okay. Do you want that? Is the dog going to go someplace, or is the dog going to point?
Just basically just sort of like I have him trained to sort of just look in the direction if you find something.
Okay.
Very subtly.
All right. There's like a dumpster at the end of the thing, kind of around the corner,
Okay.
and he.
I wait for the dog to pee because probably does need to pee. Put
Sure.
him back in the car. Head over to that dumpster.
Okay.
What's the pupper's name?
What's Pepper's name?
Oh, Shadow.
It's very important information.
It is. Okay. You walk over there.
Yep. And I just sort of knock on the dumpster, just like gunk gunk, and is there an obvious area where somebody would hide next to this dumpster, like behind it?
Sure. But this probably along the side.
Yeah, I'm just basically just gonna slip the card that I got, the side of that. Just, hey,
Who the fuck are you?
I'm here for Scully.
Fucking Scully. God damn it.
He's busy. There's a fucking war. Just tell me what you need to
How
tell
many
me.
fucking people is he going to tell about this? All right. He walks out from behind the side of the thing, and he's got a big head. He's got an abnormally large head and
All right,
kind
big
of a
head.
small frame. And he's kind of slightly skeletal. The skin is sort of stretched tight. I mean, he's not the ugliest Nosferatu you've ever seen, but he's up there. But he does have an abnormally large head.
Does sound like one of the little gray aliens from.
A little bit, yeah.
Actually, more like Pops from what is that one show? Regular show. But go ahead.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you got for him? He said you had some information.
All right. You're giving these directly,
That was my
To
instruction.
Scully.
To give them directly to him. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
no intermediary.
None. Just me. That's why I came alone.
directly.
Understood.
Very important. That one's for Miroslav.
Okay.
That one's for Scully. The
Oh.
second one is they're both important. The second one is very important. It has to get to Scully.
Scully first. All right. Anything else?
No. Did he give you any instructions for me?
No, he said you just basically pick up the information, do not talk to anybody, and go back directly to him.
All right. Tell him to shut up. How many more people is he going to tell about me?
Hey, man, so what's the deal? Are you like one of his deputies, or are you just working for him? And what's... You know what? I don't even want to know.
If he didn't tell you that, maybe he's learning a little.
Well, let's just say that he shared your same tone talking about you that you talk about him.
Asshole. He's a dick.
Really?
Yes. He knows I think that about
Manipulation plus persuasion to have him liking me more than Scully?
him. Okay.
Yes.
And so
seeds of dissent.
and so the power creep starts.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, so you sort of commiserate. Yeah, he's kind of a dick. And says, oh, yeah. And you guys start sharing war stories about him.
You know, so what's this guy's deal? Blah, blah, blah. I just trying to pick up as much intel on him as I possibly can. Saying
Right.
that now I'm thinking that taking over might not be a bad idea.
He says, be careful, though, because he doesn't look like much, but he is.
I never judge a book by its cover. We all should know better than that.
Low bone.
Did you say bone bone?
Low bones.
Low bones.
So
And-
it's not the Law and Order. Don't.
And I go,
Like I
hey
thought it
man,
was.
look, here's a couple extra $100 for you. Just, I know that, I don't know if you live out here or anything, but I got some to share, so there you go.
I appreciate that. Take care. Hopefully he sends you again.
Yeah, sure thing.
Not that.
Hey, what do you prefer to be called?
Oh, you can call me Big Head.
All right, cool, man. I just didn't want to do anything that, was out of sorts.
No.
Cool. See you, Big Head.
All right.
So I head back to the car,
Okay.
and they're all wax sealed exactly like this, because I was handed, for those of you who are listening, 2 really lovely folded notes with wax seals on them, one with MBH actually on it, and one with WBH.
Well, BH stands for Big Head.
Big Head, yeah. But really, really cool game props, and that I'm trying very hard to not open. And
I
don't
think
know
you
if I-
received them open.
you know what? That's true. This guy did seem somewhat incompetent. Hold on. You know what? I'm going to open the one for Scully first, because the Miroslav one actually is just kind of scary looking, just because it has Miroslav's name on it.
You're actually opening them. Wow.
Yeah, he just opened it right
Yeah,
up.
Right up.
She's definitely working for them, is the Scully one. All right, cool. I reseal the wax
Okay.
with my
Cigarette lighter?
Because it's
Nice.
an old
Well
Put it
car.
on the back and then press it down. Okay.
And then on to the second one.
All right. I'm
You'd
like,
be disappointed if we didn't open them
Of
up.
course I
You
would
spent
be.
all this time
of
making
course
them
I would
feel
be.
like-
Well,
If you didn't make such a lovely prop, I wouldn't be so. I'd be like, oh, maybe not. I don't know. But no, I got to open.
It took. I mean, I just scribbled on them with a pen, but it took me more time to seal them than it did to write them.
I'm sure.
No, I've done the same type of thing.
And I had to find my sealing wax too.
You said she is definitely working for them?
Yeah, that's what we had there. Actually, can we just fast forward when we all meet up?
Oh,
again
sure,
and I'm
yeah.
reading them the note.
Okay. So.
Well, we're on our way to Terrence James' house.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll read the note when they get back from that.
Okay,
We'll go
all right.
there. We'll go with that on that.
So Terrence
Okay.
James.
Except I'll have to leave a line open.
How about I just give you the note so you can make your note, and then
Thank
we'll
you.
do the reveal that way.
Thank you.
So, rinse, repeat.
Rinse, repeat.
Okay. You go to the place, and I'll kind of fast forward through this one. Similar deal. There's puncture wounds at the this time at the femoral artery.
Oh.
They drop trow, and
Kinky bastards.
and then another set at the carotid. And again, there's a lot of blood. I mean,
They had any idea how hard it was to actually get them to that position.
Hail Satan.
I want that on a soundboard.
Hail Satan.
Her saying
Hail
Hail Satan,
Satan.
in a somewhat
I
ironic
love
way.
it. All right, cell phone.
It thrilled me.
Yeah, he's a cell phone.
Okay.
There is you can sweep the place. There's no recording devices. If you want to steal his money, he's got about $26,000 in his
Sweet.
account.
So that's another 6,000 each.
Lovely.
Perfect. Cool. Well, gotta preserve this masquerade.
Yeah.
Houses are looking awful flammable these days.
Well, the rest of the city's on fire. They started it.
Listen, it's just
It's just good business.
hello.
Wait, did
We see
Terrence?
you've done this thing.
Did we get a recording
No.
from Terrence's place?
There's no recording.
Because he wasn't suspicious. He
Yeah.
thought they were being ridiculous.
Idiot.
Yeah, he was a dummy.
At least they caught him with his pants down.
Maybe they just asked nice, and he was like, okay.
All right.
Just really into butt stuff.
Mazel tov.
I'm not here to judge.
No.
No, I don't judge at all.
He also had black powder weapons,
Oh.
like old flintlocks and cap
Well,
locks
that's
and stuff
gonna
like
make
that
a
as well.
fun explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Also very volatile, so like get the fuck out.
Oh yeah, black powder.
Black powders.
Oh
We used to like so when I was on Westworld, like a lot of our stuff was black powder,
As it should
and
be.
it was like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
have fun with this. It's great.
Well, I took a reloading class. They did a demo. He took a piece of angle iron and he put different kinds of smokeless gunpowder, and then he put a big long line of black powder, and he lit it at one end. And you could see the different kinds of powders burn, and it burned about this fast. And then it gets to the black powder, and goes, yeah. There's no there's like retardants in other gunpowders that slow its burn, not black powder.
Oh. Lovely. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else here.
Kaboom! Let's
Yeah.
go home.
Thank God.
Now, you do see there's a funny red-looking safe in his closet in his office.
Oh,
Is
we're
it
breaking
like
into that.
removable, or is it like glued? Not glued, but like
Bolted down.
that's the word.
It's bolted down. It's bolted down.
Well, we're breaking into that.
Can I seduce it
Okay.
open?
Who's got larceny?
None of us.
I do.
We're blowing up the house anyway. We can.
Who's got a wrench?
Yeah, does he? This
He
guy's
has
gotta
a
have
wrench.
a tool.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah.
He's got a toolbox somewhere.
Sure.
He's old.
Okay. So you can unbolt the thing from the ground.
Yeah,
It takes
we're-
you a while to do it. but
That's
you can
fine.
totally do that.
Just put it in the back with the puppers.
Yeah. I'll keep watch while they're unbolting.
It's a substantial. I mean, it's like 3 feet tall, maybe like 2 by 2.
We're pretty strong.
Yeah, I'm just saying. What are you driving?
He's
Like
driving
a BMW.
You have any bodies in the trunk yet?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just
I'm thinking
puppers.
of your car. Sorry.
No, the body's not in my car anymore. It's with Stork
That's right.
at the church.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got him tied to the altar, and I've got him holding a blood bag above him
Okay.
with some candles so I can see.
Okay.
It's about par for the course.
You know, way to stay on brand, Stork.
Yeah.
Okay.
When in Rome.
So you take the safe. throw it
There's
in
no
the
lights
trunk.
in here. I gotta see what I'm doing, so I hit a vein.
Whatever it takes to make you sleep at night during the day.
Okay.
Yep. So we'll head back.
I mean,
to
we're
the
gonna
church.
sleep no matter what.
We don't have a choice.
Right. All right. So you guys all get back.
Sweet.
So
Sploop.
you're back. Scene.
And you walk in, and I'm standing there with a blood bag, and oh, you guys are just in time.
You got a
Who
new
the
convert?
fuck is that?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Why'd you start without me? Rude.
Do I recognize them at all?
Yeah. Do any of us recognize new dude?
No.
He was staked in Griffith Park, and they were clearly giving information out. I've fed him as much as I can, but I've tied him down because I don't know how sane he's going to be when I unstake him. You guys ready?
No.
How secure does this tying situation look?
Very.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm assuming you got some kind of dagger or a knife for sacrifices and such.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I'm assuming he's been tortured and starved for information, which is how they've been getting information. They left him staked at Griffith Park for the sun to get to him. But he's absolutely starved, and I fed him what I could.
But that doesn't necessarily mean he's weak.
No.
Or that he's going to be in his right mind when he wakes up.
Right. Well, he can hear everything we're saying, so hopefully he's paying attention. All right, don't freak out. Here we go. Pull the stake out.
Lord.
Okay.
You're amongst friends. You heard us talking. Chill. Everything chill.
I'm hungry.
Still?
I've given you what I can. Just take a deep breath and relax. Who are you? What clan are you?
What do you mean?
Do you mind?
I don't care.
So
My bedside manner was
we
never very good.
found you in quite a precarious position. Do you want to tell us how you got there?
What do you mean?
You were staked out of doors, waiting for the sun. No idea who put you there?
I have no recollection of that.
Well, we're in a pretty strong mood to help bring people their just ends. Any idea who? No idea who might have put you there, or how you ended up there at all?
I have no idea how I got there.
Who have you been working with?
I
You're among friends. You can talk.
I don't know.
What's your name? We could start with the basic pleasantries at least.
I'm not sure.
Mm.
And you see, he's trying. He's like trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Born.
Listen, if he's newly embraced, he may not know anything.
He may not be newly embraced. He may have been memory
Tell
wiped.
you what. Give me just a drop.
His-
What's he gonna do? Say no? Yeah.
And I'm going to just take a small sip. Just enough.
You can just right over the IV.
And I'm going to use my taste of blood. Taste
Okay.
of blood.
All right.
And that's resolve plus blood sorcery.
Nice.
That's a blood sorcery deal.
Yeah. So that's
Just want to see what this
plus
does.
4.
I just want to ask the question: when you taste blood, does that require a frenzy check?
No. Not from anything I read, anyway.
I don't.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think so.
I remember there being a presence of blood, but I think that's when you're stupid hungry, though.
Yes.
Now, does it?
If you're stupid hungry and you smell blood or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a hunger frenzy, but at hunger 1.
Yeah, I think she's fine.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
otherwise, like, I think it would have said something in Taste for Blood, because, like, I have to taste it to... But it is a free spell. Like, I don't have to make a resolve check for
Nice.
Resolve plus blood sorcery difficulty
it. Or
3.
a rouse check, rather.
Right.
And that is... Like, I can't read these from over here. 2 successes. Damn.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm still reading. How many successes?
2.
Oh, I think don't you need 3.
Womp womp.
I will. Well, I'll tell you that he's a vampire. You know that much.
Yes, thank you. Super great info.
What's the last thing you remember?
Jesus.
Wow, that far back.
I don't remember anything. Where did you find me?
In the park.
Griffith Park?
No. What? Where is that?
Los Angeles?
California.
I don't think I've ever been here.
Where are you from?
It's right on the edge. I can't quite get it. No.
Do you have a name, rank, and serial number?
No.
Did you search his person?
Yeah, I pretty much had to get him staked out and stuff. So yes, whatever personal belongings he had, or
He was. I mean, he was wearing clothes, but there was whatever he had. There's no wallet or anything on him. There's nothing.
Yeah, but we're talking regular clothes like Levi's.
yeah,
not
what are
like
the clothes?
foreign
Exactly.
created?
No, it looked like it was like a dress shirt and like
Khakis or something?
no, like wool, like a wool suit pants.
Oh, so he looks like a businessman. And the shoes too.
Yeah,
And are they high quality? Like,
yeah.
Well, judging from the way he's dressed, Tori got him.
Since this worked okay before, hold still. Photo. Google image search.
Okay.
Elon Musk.
Internet.
What?
What's that?
I mean,
Who is?
the article that came out like today about that is really creepy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Shit.
Are there any? Is he burned at all, or is his clothes burned at all?
No. Mm-mm. I mean,
They
it's dirty and
Do they smell like smoke or anything?
not really.
So he probably wasn't in the car that got exploded. He just happened to be. Okay.
No, I mean, no, he doesn't look. I mean, nothing like that. I mean, there's like dirt and mud and grass stains and stuff like that on it, but
Just having a separately bad day.
Looks to be a night of cleaning up loose ends.
Well, he may not know the information, but he has information. If nothing else, we could send him to the council, and they can.
Until I know who he is, I don't want to send him anywhere.
I think
Good
that's
point.
probably a good idea.
He was dropped in our backyard.
I know. We have all the right to this for now, but
I mean, for all I know, this was in our domain. That is a...
He doesn't think he's ever been in Los Angeles. I doubt he's from our domain.
You never know. I mean, we may not know, but, like, he was dropped basically in our domain.
Well, absolutely. He was dropped in our backyard.
And, like, this is... I mean, he has some kind of vampire amnesia.
does he have an accent at all?
I was just gonna ask that.
he sounds vaguely East Coast.
So he's a wasp.
Non-specific.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if it's vaguely East Coast, it's definitely not like Boston.
Yeah.
Right.
We can rule
Or
that.
Jersey or New
New
York.
York. Yeah. Those are very distinctive.
Yeah, like upper New
So
England.
Pennsylvania or Maine.
I'm gonna look him close in the eye.
Maine has a significant
I'm
accent.
gonna look him close
Never
in the
mind.
eye
Vermont.
So he's from Pennsylvania,
Or Vermont.
and dramatically say,
if you say so.
"Does the name Bodil Jeppesen mean anything to you?"
No.
Good.
One image comes up.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
You want his name?
George
Yeah.
Palmer.
Francis Marion George Palmer.
Private.
Private.
Union Army. 1846 to 1864.
Wait, his name was Francis?
Francis.
But you can't call him Francis.
We'll just say Francis Marion George Palmer.
He prefers George. You look like a George to me. Does that ring any bells to you?
Yeah. That, I think that might be my name. I think that might be it.
Yeah.
And, you fought brother against brother.
Gave it to Johnny Reb.
Yeah.
At least you were on the right side of that war.
Who's your sire?
I think we won.
Oh, you won.
Kind of.
Oh, honey, yeah, you did.
Sire? Who's your sire?
Sire.
Okay, doing a little bit of math. You guys are around 200 years old, right?
1865 to 2020.
And
So less than 200.
Civil War was
1853 to 1860
1860 to 1865?
yeah, something like that. 1863 to 1865, I think. I
He's
don't
just
know.
a little bit older than me.
Yeah, like
just-
he's not that much older
like
than
20
we are.
plus
Yeah.
years.
That's what I'm saying. is
1861,
You
1865.
guys would have been kind of contemporaries. You would have been little kids when the Civil War was fought, but you would have been around.
I was not born when the Civil War was on. Personally. Also, it was on a different continent.
I just had that revelation. I just thought
Yeah.
I'd point it out.
Yeah, I would have
So
been
he's
like
definitely Ancillae.
a few
level.
years old.
Yeah,
Infant.
most definitely.
Well, it's been around a while. Somebody's got to know this guy.
He's well dressed. He's been in modern clothing. So he hasn't been in a torpor for the last 200 years.
Well, darling.
Do any of you guys know anything that can erase?
Elias
The vampire's
Pierce.
memories?
Does the name Elias Pierce mean anything to you?
Elias Pierce. No.
Well, that's a relief.
Oh, I mean, I know things that could erase someone's memory.
So do I, but I don't have anything to restore memory.
That's the problem.
Who stakes a vampire in our backyard, erases his memory,
Like, we're not going to do anything about
and
it.
he's on par with you or better,
So,
age-wise. So he's been around. This somebody whoever did this to him is scary as hell. If we could gather some more blood, perhaps it might help him. I don't know. I mean, I know about blood, and I only know so much about vampires, but
I mean, it's not the worst thing to say. I mean, harking back to our previous discussion. Have you fed any of your followers your blood?
Probably not.
Unfortunate. There's no way in hell I would let any of my followers have my blood.
Yeah.
can any of you guys read his aura? Can we see what he's been up to that way?
I mean, I could see the unseen.
Are we
Or
having this
sense the
conversation in front of him?
Yeah. He's one of us.
Well,
keep it on.
I'm not,
trying to keep him
I'm
calm.
not having that conversation that I just had with Sam
Yeah.
in front of anyone.
No.
That's an out of character thing.
I'm keeping him, trying to keep him calm. Like, it's all good. You're safe. You're safe here. You're fine. We're just trying to figure out who you are and how we can help you. Any information you can give us.
What's a Justicar?
Oh. Not great.
I mean, what is a just car?
What?
Justicar is like a real high up in the Camarilla.
Oh.
Like not local, like higher than Prince.
They are.
Oof.
Like
Did you guys do the reading?
there's like an inner circle.
They're like
I don't know if they even
they're
mention
like the
it in new
Emerald
book.
Magistrates of vampires.
Yes, yeah. Basically, they're the people that get sent out by the inner circle of the Camarilla when things in a
They're fixers,
in a prince
so to speak.
in a princedom aren't going the way they think they
They're
should.
literally the cleaners, assassins.
Would I mean, with a
Or reorganizers.
with 2 dots in politics Camarilla, would I know any of know by at least by name any of the Justicars?
There's not many of them.
There
They've
aren't.
been
Yeah,
around
there
a while.
aren't, and it's a bad thing when they come to town. You
Right.
probably don't know any of them. By
I wasn't sure if any of them might have
There
shown
wa-
up during
Okay, yeah. Well, there was one back then.
Okay.
Historically, boy,
Oh, yeah.
don't even
I remember him.
what was his name?
From the moat?
Yeah, it was the name of a city.
Francisco.
San Fernando.
Was it Tennessee?
It's a state.
That was
Tennessee Jones.
Tennessee Jones.
Not a
What a
so-
memory.
Not a city. Famously not a
Because-
city.
Okay,
because
well,
Tennessee Jones took
isn't there a-
Albert under his
I'm
wing.
sure
there-
there's a Tennessee city somewhere.
Yeah, there's a Tennessee city. I'm sure. Probably in Tennessee.
Didn't Tennessee
Maybe.
take Albert under
That
his
would
wing?
be sad.
I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
I think he may have.
Yeah, and Albert ended up moving to the northwest, and
Okay, Tennessee Jones was
The Pacific Northwest.
yeah.
a Justicar.
Yep.
Did I say Justicar?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Nice guy.
Is that
Were you
why the
sent
person-
here by a Justicar? Are you a Justicar?
Not really my fault.
I think I might be.
How hungry are you?
I'm very hungry.
Feeling a bit peckish myself.
I'm gonna slice my palm
Okay.
and offer it to him.
Okay.
I was going to say, how about we blood bond this guy to us? That'd be awesome. But I didn't want to have the conversation.
I was
in front of
already
him.
planning on entrancing him a little bit, just so you know. Actually,
He'll drink. I should make a frenzy roll. Where are my rules? Just in case. Oh, you know what? Let's save the frenzy roll for next week.
There you go.
Oh.
And scene.
All right. So, let me note this real quick so I don't forget. Session starts with. Isn't it George? George's?
Yes. Frenzy roll.
yeah.
George Palmer.
Or, you know,
Francis
Frenzy
George.
roll.
Francis, Marion, George Palmer.
Francis, Mary, and George.
Anybody?
Did you hear? I heard on the news today they're going to name an aircraft carrier after a non-president. The first time in American history.
Is it going to be called Bodie McBoatface?
No.
Yes.
They didn't
you,
actually
Sam.
end up
Weren't
naming
they-
that Bodie McBoatface, and I feel robbed.
Right?
Farrah Fawcett.
It was a sailor named Dory Williams, I think.
Is that what they named the Dories after?
No.
Is that why the fish is named that?
He was an African American sailor in the Navy in World War II. And if you ever saw the movie,
he was the guy that shot down-
Gooding, yeah, he's the guy that shot down the,
Oh.
and he ended up getting the Navy Cross
Something like
Yeah.
that.
award,
That's
and he
cool.
was killed in a battle during the war. But it's the first time that they're not naming an aircraft carrier after a president.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
I just saw it on the news today.
Nice. I had a note from last time. XP question mark?
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I like XP.
I don't remember how to give
Not
out
opposed to XP.
It depends on how fast you want everybody to level up, but it was really, really marginal, like 2 to 5 or something, or 3 to 5.
Let's say 3.
You
How's
were
3
you were
sound?
giving us I think 5 to 10 for a while.
I was accelerating.
right.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if XP
Okay,
works
yeah.
the
Let's
same
say
anymore.
5. Let's say
5?
5?
5 from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so-
5 altogether from the 2 sessions that we
Yeah.
played.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's it. And if you'd like to see this show or other shows, go to happyjacks.org/shows, I think. And you can find all the episodes for this show and all of the other actual plays and podcasts that we do, including the old Mote of Sin, which was the prequel to this in Vampire 20th Anniversary Edition. And that's it.
Are you
Yeah.
okay with us adding stuff if we have no points for it between sessions?
Yeah, just let me know what it is. So that's it. And we'll leave you with the closing music.
Bye.
Bye.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.